And now, Shady Palms Retirement Home is proud to present the comedy stylings of Steve Blackman.
What the hell is this? Look, I wrote you some material. Knock them dead. Not literally. We don't want any more trouble like we had in the past. Come on, people. Give it up for it.
Michael! There's no one under 80 in that room.
There you
Stand-up comedy.
What's the deal with airline food? I haven't experienced peanuts that bad since Charles Schultz was still alive.
Oh, boy.
You stink, Blackman.
Oh, good.
He's killing him, Michael.
So the prostitute says, Viagra, I hardly know you.
They're booing him.
You suck, Blackman.
All right. Get that heckle card. I wrote a good one. Come on.
Oh, okay. And you think I suck. All right.
Ooh, you're going to get it.
Well, your mama is so hairy, Bigfoot takes pictures of her.
My mom died in 64, you heartless.
Oh, my God.
That does it, you old bang.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no! Bring it on,
No, he
man.
won't.
Bring it on.
What?
What were you thinking? You cannot go around and noonchuck an 84-year-old woman. For God's sake, Steve, the one guy in the wheelchair had his brakes locked. He couldn't even roll away. You cannot go around and hit senior citizens.
She annoyed me.
You just don't get it, do you? You just don't...
Let's get out of here.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Jeez.
All right, well, I have that idea for an intro.
Okay.
Okay, does that sound good? You want me
Yeah.
to go ahead?
Let's do it.
All right, let's proceed. Welcome to Wrestling is Gross. My name is Bucky.
My name is Siobhan.
The date is November 5th, 2024. It is Election Day in America, folks. Holding out hope. Really? No, that's the whole bit. That we pretend that it's Election Day.
Yeah.
No, it's the 12th. It's 11/12/2024. 11/10, 11/11, 11/12. What day is it? It's 1 week since.
Yeah,
so it's the 12th.
it's Tuesday.
Folks, it's Tuesday. That's from a different podcast. Welcome to Wrestling is Gross, and we are getting back in to our bullshit. It's the WWF Complete and Accurate Hardcore title, a comprehensive study of every WWF Hardcore title change and many of the matches in between, I believe is how I usually say it.
Yes, our analysis of every of the progression of the WWF Hardcore Championship through each individual reign.
Progression and regression.
Yeah.
You might say for this one. This is a real rip the Band-Aid off kind of episode. We had talked for over a year now about how do we tackle this next series of matches where one Lethal Weapon Steve Blackman is the subject and title holder for almost half the year.
It's so fucking much.
And they are all kind of the same.
They're all kind of the same. I mean, Steve Blackman's cool. It's just like...
Sure. He's kind of cool.
Is he a good subject for this? Ultimately, no.
No, absolutely not. He's possibly the worst for this.
There's a good argument that he's the worst hardcore champion of all time to have like a long reign, to have like a significant reign, like more than like a month at a time. If you had a reign for basically a month at one time or longer, then you are like a real hardcore champion. You know, Boss Man, he had 28 days. Hardcore Holly had 28 days. Al Snow had 91 days. He's a great champion at that point. But, like, British Bulldog, not really a substantial champion. That's fine. We can accept that.
I might put Maven beneath
Blackman. I don't know if
Hard to
Crash had... Gerald Briscoe, technically a significant hardcore champion.
Yeah,
in its own way, but he didn't cross 28 days.
Okay, well, you made 28 days up.
I just made that shit up. Yeah.
Just now.
It's like, Crash never did it, but Crash is the most important hardcore champion.
Yeah.
It just also, like, he had, like, lots of reigns that went, like, 3 weeks. It's like, there's certain people who
This is a weird rule that you've just made up. No, Crash is the most significant champion, arguably.
Yeah, but it's like, if you had the belt for, like, 40 minutes on a house show in 2002, you're not a significant hardcore champion if that's the only time you had the belt.
So we're not rating them against Maven, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Maven.
Oh, does Maven not fit into your fucking rule?
No, well, firstly, I mean, I've pulled that framework out of my ass because really, it is like, if they appeared on multiple episodes of Raw as hardcore champion, then yeah, that's like a meaningful thing, and that would really just be 8 days. It's like, you know,
there you go.
I mean, it's just like, it's like, you know, you turn around, you'd be able to say, oh yeah, he's the hardcore champion. If someone has...
People are saying it. Lots of people are saying it.
If someone only has the championship for 2 minutes, like fucking British Bulldog, then he's not like, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, he's hardcore champion. You don't have the time to do that.
Well, like, yeah, okay, Terry Runnels doesn't count, sure.
She's not a significant hardcore champion, but she is obviously extremely important.
She's significant.
She's great, and we're also going to talk about her.
I'm going to talk about. I'm going to say.
I know that. I know this is your favorite era of Terry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And,
she's so. I don't know. What's the word? Horned up, I guess.
Yeah.
That is the
horny
character.
Little she-devil.
That is the character.
Well, I was considering trying to include more Saturn matches, but goddamn, those are the most the same of anybody.
Yeah,
because Perry Saturn is just not a smart wrestler, and anyway, unfortunately,
he's got a lot of moves.
Yeah, but this came about because of two things. One, we don't fucking know what's going to happen to the Peacock library. You, as far as you know, you think that it's not going to change.
It's confirmed. It's not going to change for a full year. There's a full year.
That's good.
It's a contract. But when has the WWE ever gone back on a contract? Come on. Think about it.
But number two, the WWE Vault uploaded Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon from SummerSlam 2000 to the YouTube channel with an introduction from Steve Blackman. And we never fucking see Steve Blackman.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That's cool.
Yeah, and he's just an old man wearing like a local high school football sweatshirt and shit, and you're like, that's exactly what Steve Blackman should be.
Well, the most recent footage I've seen of Steve Blackman, of course, is from the Steve Blackman Bail Bondsman pilot that never came out, Blackman's Bounties, which we are going to talk about in a little bit. I think when we come back from our break, we should open with that, because that is really something. But yeah, this is the Blackman episode, folks. We've got 13 matches?
Yeah.
And Steve Blackman is in all but one of them, except for the one that he's not in. He also wins somehow, because that's the nature of things. So it's Blackmania, folks.
It's Blackmania. It's Blackman Rising.
The other title I had was "Don't You Ever Touch a Black Man's Radio."
Yeah.
You know. You ever see that picture?
Fucking. I was just thinking about like. I just started thinking about "Do the Right Thing" references to Steve Blackman. I mean, God, would fucking I can't remember his name. David Michael Kelly be a good Steve Blackman? That's an interesting.
David Patrick Kelly.
David Patrick Kelly. You're right.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito is bugging out. Would definitely be a guy that Blackman would beat up on his show. Radio Raheem. There's a really disturbing part of that Blackman. Have you watched that Blackman's Bounties?
No,
preview?
I guess I shouldn't.
All right,
I really should.
We're gonna watch it together.
Did you ever watch the fucking Chris Adams documentary?
I saw the Vice thing. I saw Dark Side of the Ring, but no.
Oh no. I mean, fucking. What's it called? Gentleman's Choice. It's like some independently produced thing. It is scummy. It's some of the seediest shit you'll ever see, and it's terrific.
Is Steve Blackman in it?
No, but Kevin Von Erich does all of his interview while in a hot tub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh? Can you see his feet?
No.
It's not a Witcher 3 situation.
No.
Do you know the Witcher 3, the famous scene from from early part of Witcher 3 where he's in a tub and his feet are sticking out of the tub? and you see Geralt of Rivia's feet. It's such a famous thing, in fact, that you can buy a figurine of it. Like they've made multiple, $200 collector's figurines of this. All right, so we're not talking about Chris Adams or Geralt of Rivia today. Of course, Geralt won the title in 2002. We'll get to him. And Chris Adams was maybe dead by then. I'm not really sure.
Yes, he gets smoked in 2001. He
gets smoked in 2001, similar to almost 3,000 people in the World Trade Center, Twin Towers. Welcome to Wrestling is Gross, folks. It's Blackmania, and I've got a theme song. Oh, well, first of all, hang on. I've got a theme song. I've got multiple things that I want to play right quick. All right, here's first of all.
Black men, I love black men. I love them. I love them.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I like that.
You want me to play it again?
It's up to you, brother.
I love black men. I love them. I love them.
And of course, it's nice of Trump to use Blackman's pronouns, his they them pronouns correctly.
It's such an incredible Trump voice. He just drops into so many weird voices. It's great.
I love black men. So there's that, which I'm going to play a few times. But then I've got this. This is the Blackmania theme song.
I said, are you ready for the Survivor Series? One who will survive.
Right? You know the song?
I'm bobbing my head.
Yep.
You can't see that. It's not a different podcast.
Episode 103. It's time for Blackmania.
I mean, if there's
pump it up.
Okay, so if there's ever been a motherfucker,
episode 103. It's time for Blackmania.
If there's ever been a motherfucker we could just use their theme song for, I mean, that's one of the coolest theme songs of all time, though.
And then Hacksaw Jim Duggan's first. All right, hang on. Let's skip ahead. That was Big Boss Man's verse. Right. Blackmania. This is episode 103. Just like this. Whoa, Blackmania. I wrote that for this show. Do you like it?
I like it.
Please like it. Please clap. Please clap.
Jeb.
Oh. Whoa.
The one man who somehow hasn't been able to get anything out of being an old foe of Trump's. Trump loves his primary opponents. He fucking loves them because then he could be their boss.
Did you see the thing I sent you? The drawing of little Marco?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, isn't it?
Marco.
Yeah,
little Marco,
it was the first
in
thing
charge of talking to all these bullshit countries that I don't want to talk to.
It's pretty.
I don't give a shit about Ukraine.
Pretty
you
bold.
Talk to them for me.
He's got the juice. Marco's good with the sauce. I think it's undeniably.
Mm-hmm. You know who's good with the sauce?
Jim Ross.
Well, yes, I was gonna say Al Snow though.
Okay, is that who we're starting with? Good
yeah,
Lord.
We're starting with on June 29th. That's
June, July, weary.
It is SmackDown in Hartford, Connecticut. Crash Holly in his 10th hardcore title reign is defending against Al Snow.
All right, so I know that Al Snow probably had the black hair. Like, he's had the black hair longer than he ever had the blonde hair.
Yeah.
But God, I hate this look. He just looks like a piece of shit.
He does.
I really hate him.
I don't know if he'd be better clean shaven. He'd probably be worse, though. Al Snow's just an unfortunate-looking man in a lot of ways, but I do think that the blonde worked for him.
Oh,
I thought that gave him a little bit of character.
Blonde with the singlet, looking crazy. Yeah, it was. At least he looked like a wrestler. Here he just looks like a guy.
He looks a little like Canyon. But
Canyon's kind of cute.
Actually, I'm looking at it this.
Canyon had the stubble. Like Canyon's
I'm thinking about the stubble version. If you just Google image search Al Snow, and you'll the first result. Like one of the first results is him with the long hair and the stubble, and you're like, that works for Al Snow.
Al Snow.
But like the full goatee and the dark hair, I don't think it works.
I don't think I got the same results that you did. I gotta be honest.
It's the one where he's doing the weird smile and the blue trunks.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's fine. I think that's that. But like the full goatee, we're gonna talk about this later. It's too Triple H. Everybody with their goddamn fucking Lemmy mustaches. Get the fuck out of here.
Is it a Lemmy
Only
mustache?
this one dickhead can have it. Yeah, I think so. Like, any kind of handlebar mustache is a Lemmy mustache, in my mind.
Okay.
But it's like only this one dickhead can do that, and that's only because we can make fun of him for being such a bitch, and that's Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know. I mustaches are in a weird place at this very moment in our society.
Yeah.
I see a lot of the pencil ones, and it just couldn't be me. I don't know how people think they're pulling that off. God bless you if you're one of those out there. If you're listening to the show, I'm sure you're doing a great job. Sure you're doing a great job with your pencil mustache. Going to be a lot of that on these coming shows, folks, because we've got Trump Fever on Wrestling is Gross. We both voted for him. Your vote really mattered, though. When you cast your vote for Donald Trump in the swing state of Pennsylvania, the battleground state. I prefer to call them battleground states. You know?
I prefer battleground states, actually. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Swing reminds me of people like sharing their wives and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but
or like Jon Favreau.
Yeah, Jon Favreau. Yeah. We should call them chef states. You prefer chef or swingers? Probably Swingers. I think I'd probably rather watch Swingers.
Yeah. There's that other movie that him and Vaughn made.
Iron Man 2?
No, it's like a 2000.
Yeah, it's called Made.
Oh, it's just called Made, yeah.
It's called Made. It sucks. It's terrible.
I've never seen it.
It's god awful. Yeah, all right. Crash Holly versus Al Snow. That movie's got Diddy in it, actually. The Diddler, P. Diddy.
I mean, I don't think that's a problem, but I'm also obviously a defender of fucking Get Him to the Greek. Get Him to the Greek is a pretty good movie.
I wasn't talking about his acting. You're a defender? Oh, you're a Diddy defender?
Of his acting.
Of his acting, okay.
I'm not a defender of his human trafficking. I'm not a WWE.
Well, you said I'm a defender. You said that when I brought up Diddy.
I'm a defender of Get Him to the Greek.
Uh-huh. Oh, you like that guy too, right?
Which one, Russell Brand or Jonah Hill?
Russell Brand.
I like Russell Brand in that movie.
Yeah.
I like Jonah Hill in pretty much everything.
Jonah Hill's cool.
Jonah Hill is only slightly canceled. Jonah Hill's not that bad.
I'm not.
It was like some fucking bullshit. Who cares?
Okay. Well, I'm just, Russell Brand is obviously a very bad guy. So
huge piece of shit. Has kind of always been, but oh well.
Yeah. You love his acting.
I like him in that movie.
Yeah, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, pretty good.
It's pretty good. I haven't rewatched it, but
it's pretty good. All right, so he talks to Al Snow with his awful hair. Talks to Commissioner Mick Foley in the back. Mick Foley,
shaved head. Mick Foley looking hilarious.
Yeah, looking like he is proper retired, fat.
Yeah,
tired, just kind of hanging out. He's manning a vacant hot dog stand, which is sort of he's in his element, right?
Yeah.
He says he's going to give Al Snow a title shot, and Snow says, "Against The Rock?" And Mick does a literal spit take and says, "No." No. Then he suggests Snow bring out Head, like you used to, because people loved that stuff, he says. And then, I guess Snow has been, doing his, normal guy gimmick, right?
Yeah.
And, this reminds me also, Snow had been... with Blackman in Head Cheese was the team name, of course, Head Cheese.
Yes, Head Cheese.
And they, of course, went to the old folks' home where Blackman did his stand-up comedy in a sketch that ends with the camera cutting away before Blackman beats a 80-year-old woman up with a stick, which is literally what happens.
Everybody has their Vern moment.
Yeah.
God, shaved head, the buzz cut sort of... Mick Foley look. He looks so Armenian. He looks like Ken Davidian.
Sure.
From fucking Borat.
Okay. Take your word for it. So Armenian. Al Snow does indeed enter to his Head theme with Head. He crawls under the ring, and then Crash comes out, and he reaches under the ring for weapons, and Snow just kind of grabs his hand.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of comes out. So it didn't really do shit for him. Getting under the ring like that. Very stupid. He gets the advantage, gives Crash a pretty cool wheelbarrow into face buster on the ramp to start. That's cool. Crash is awesome.
Yeah.
It's too bad that he's not more heavily of a focus in this episode, because he's so good.
He's so good.
That episode we did that was all Crash matches is probably a really good one.
It's terrific. He's Crash is just everything Crash does is fun to watch. He's just so much fun.
He's very unique with his match flow and just the way he would move off and on offense. He was really good at it. He was really good at finding weird directions to run in and ducking
it's very funny to realize that the hardcore title is like a Rick and Morty title. This is a title for smart people to have.
Okay.
And you can figure out who's a dumb wrestler. It's like we can figure out that Steve Blackman's not that smart of a wrestler. He's very cool and he's very charming, but he's not that smart.
So he's like the wait, I don't know enough about Rick and Morty to
I just mean, the old fucking
who's the little guy? He's like an alien. He's like I've seen a little bit of Rick and Morty.
It's just like the old, to appreciate.
I'm thinking of American Dad.
Yeah, you're thinking of Roger. I was just like the old, fucking copy paste. To be, you have to have a high IQ to appreciate Rick and Morty. I think you have to have a high IQ to really be a great WWF Hardcore Champion.
Okay. So this is a copy pasta reference more than it is a Rick and Morty reference. I got you. I kind of remember those posts. Yeah, that's why Blackman is not a good champion, right? That's the idea. It's because he's a fucking dullard.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. So Snow pulls a stack of stuff out from under the ring. Crash hits a pretty weak baseball slide, drop kick into a chair into Snow's head. Snow gets the upper hand briefly with a power cord around the neck and gives Crash a sort of a snapmare on the floor with the power cord. Pretty good. Then Crash comes back with some trash can lid shots and leaps off the stairs, sort of a double jump into a Rana on the floor. Really cool. It's really cool offense. Snow gets the upper hand. After that, immediately, that's the other thing about these matches. Is just there's no structure.
Yeah.
There's no control. It's all just like, okay, I did a thing. Okay, now you do a thing. Okay. What are you going to do? Okay, you're going to do the same thing we did in the last match. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. There's like literally sleepwalking through these. There's a handicap parking sign. I always like to see which different signs they pull out, which, the stop sign, obviously the classic, but you get into the weird, after 6 p.m. parking, 2 hour maximum between 6 a.m. and 6, like you get the really weird signs, the ones where you have to squint at it.
This, you will be towed by this company sort of signs.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of those, but I always like that, where it's just like some assholes telling you, I'm the most important person in the world, basically, because I can tow you.
I'm the king of the street. Yeah. Let's see. They go into the crowd. Snow follows Crash into the crowd, then throws him back into the ringside area. It's like there's no purpose in any of this. And then Snow turns around. He's still on the outside of the guardrail, so he's still in the crowd. And inexplicably, there is a WWF referee in a striped referee shirt selling popcorn. He's got it's like a bus tub full of popcorn boxes attached to the band around the neck, like you see people, popcorn here, get your popcorn here, and like live sporting events. Except it's literally a WWF referee. Now, are we to believe that referees that are not performing their WWF official duties in the match at hand are then tasked to moonlight as popcorn sellers around the arena?
You know what I'm going to say? That's entirely fucking possible.
Yeah.
It is Vince.
Yeah, especially if maybe there was a strike. Yeah. And Vince was like, you got to sell the popcorn, goddammit. Get out there, Jimmy Corderas. And then Jimmy Corderas is selling popcorn. And then it turns out he's really goddamn good at it. It
was his calling this whole time.
Yeah, he didn't even know. This is how he found out. So Snow takes the popcorn tub off of the referee and smashes Crash over the head with it, sending popcorn flying all over himself and the ringside area in the process. King does not remark on the referee selling popcorn. Nobody acknowledges that it was a referee. But King does say this is all of a sudden a popcorn match, huh? Which I believe means a match where you get up and go buy popcorn, right?
I always thought that meant like a entertaining, like a
popcorn movie.
Yeah, like a popcorn movie. It's like, no, you don't have to think about it. You just enjoy it.
Okay. I prefer to think that he's saying it sucks and it's time to go to the bathroom. It's a bathroom break match. But I thought about that too. Broomstick, these gimmicked broomsticks, you know, I don't know what to make of this. It's all these weapon shots in this one. Like, there's nothing really spectacular in a lot of these matches.
No.
It's a real shame, because you watch, like, Road Dogg versus Gangrel from January 99. Like, they're doing interesting stuff with the stairs. They're doing, like, big table spot. They've got some cool stuff they're doing.
I think this might just be, like, them sort of filling the time for the run-in a way, which is unfortunate. That's
but all these matches are kind of like this. Is there a table bump in any of these matches?
I can't really think of one.
I don't think there is. Like, what are they doing? I mean, I know that, like, by this point the Dudleys are here, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know. When the hardcore title stopped being the plunder, like the designated plunder match of the night, and you also have triple threat TLC or whatever.
Yeah, and you really we're going to talk about what you really lose out on when we get into the Blackman reign, but. Yeah, it's just like it's perfunctory. It's too perfunctory, unfortunately. And it's like Al Snow and Crash Holly are both talented guys who can do a lot of bullshit. Even if it's only like 3.5 minutes they have to fill up, they can fill that up. We know they could.
I think these matches shine a bad light on Al Snow, and
to some extent.
I'll talk about it more later. Yeah. But I've got a couple of examples, and it's not just him botching that Rana in that one match later on, but.
That's funny.
Which was really fucked up. But
there's an even worse botched Rana. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Snow goes out and he gets the bowling bag. The bowling ball bag. What do you call this? A bowling bag?
It's a bowling ball bag.
It's a bowling ball bag. Triple B. Okay. Yeah. Gets the bowling ball bag and
puts on his custom airbrushed bowling shirt. That's fun. That was a fun touch.
It is fun. I like it. I wish he would have taken the time to button it up. I think it would have really drawn this out, and Crash is just forced to sit there. And let's see. But before this, Crash does hit a DDT on a chair, which is a move that we'll see 4 times throughout these 12 matches. And Snow hits Crash with the trash can lid. Cole says, "Did you hear that?" And King says, "No, I'm deaf," which I thought was kind of funny because it was very loud and obvious, and King is watching the match. But yes, so Crash is down in the corner with his legs spread, and Al Snow grabs a bowling ball, puts on a bowling shirt, and throws it hard. Throws the bowling ball into Crash's nuts, which I think is always a good spot.
It's always fun. I mean. I can watch the Brahmins do that a million times.
Yeah, the Brahmins. You see it in modern. You see it in like ICW No Holds Barred occasionally. I feel like I've seen it in the last few years a few times, and it's great. And it's also hard to gimmick. I'd have to imagine.
You'd have to think, yeah. You're just gonna have to like position your nuts, so that your dick takes most of it.
I guess.
So it's like it's just gonna hurt like normal, as opposed to hurt extremely bad.
Yeah.
And
it's such a weird, so weird down there. What's going on down there? Mm-hmm. Like, why does it hurt so bad? I never understood that. Why does it hurt so bad to get hit there? What is that? What's the deal with it? What's the deal with that?
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. They are what they are. So it's always a good spot. King says, "Strike with nothing to spare," and then he says, "Or was that the 7-10 split?" Now, Siobhan, do you like bowling?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went bowling?
Fucking couldn't tell you in a million years. I'd like to go bowling soonish.
Yeah, you should. I was thinking about it the other day.
There's a lane really right close to us.
Like you could walk there in like 15 minutes or less?
20, but yeah.
You should go do that.
Yeah.
You should absolutely go do that. I've had the itch lately. I think about it all the time. I just haven't done it. But I feel like I could go by myself and just like listen to a podcast and throw some balls, and I think it would be like really nice, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound good?
It seems very zen.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was able to appreciate the zen of it when I was a kid.
No, absolutely not. It feels like it's truly a game for grown-ups, as goofy as that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should go. Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling, right? You ever see that one?
Of course.
Good burgers, Walter. So Snow goes out, grabs the top half of the stairs, and he throws them easily over the top rope into the ring. Those were some light stairs back in those days. You see them now. They can't like even lift it over their head to even try such a thing. Like Brock struggled at, what was it, Extreme? I mean, that was the bottom half of the stairs, but still.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. People don't easily lift them. Or they're better at selling that they're heavy when they're not. You know? Do you watch Punk versus Drew yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
There's a good stair shot in that. There's multiple stair spots in that, actually. I'm coming around to that match, actually. I might watch it a third time before we do the Grow season. It might even make the 10. Probably not, but it's possible. A lot better than this. So there's also the other thing. There's no blood in any of these matches. It fucking sucks. It gets. I don't understand why. I really don't get it. I really don't understand how they just don't let Al Snow cut himself for.
I mean, it's Triple H on top of 2000. He's got to make people bleed.
So he's the guy who's like, no, we can't. No bleeding. I'm bleeding in the main.
I'm command. I gotta. You know what? My beatdown on Kurt Angle's gotta have blood. It's gotta have blood.
I bought every razor blade in a 20-mile radius. You can't have him. There's a shortage. All right, so Snow goes out, grabs those stairs, throws them in, right? Okay. Crash, all right, Snow's holding the stairs, Crash hits the stairs with the chair, and Snow bumps and is trapped under the stairs, okay? Yeah. And then Crash inexplicably walks out of the ring into the entryway like he's forgotten what he's supposed to do.
Especially, it's like you do have the option as Hardcore Champion to just abandon the match at any point, really.
I suppose so.
What are you going to do? But it feels like it's hell.
Yeah, it's very strange. He goes out and then he walks back to like the side of the ring, but he's still outside the ring. And then our titular character of the podcast today, Steve Blackman, Blackmania.
Yeah.
He comes out swinging his nunchucks around, and he's got his nunchucks this time. So that's the other thing is the nunchucks are cool. We don't see them that often. It's usually the little sticks. The little sticks are so gay.
The Tonfa sticks are not that cool.
The Tonfa?
Tonfa.
They even have a stupid name. Not a cool name like Nunchucks. Or what is it? Nunchaku? Is that a different thing?
No, they're the same thing.
Okay. Nunchaku. Sometimes I wrote it one way, sometimes I wrote it the other way, and other times I had a couple typos and somewhere in between. Because the A is next to the S on the keyboard. So sometimes it's Nunchukas. Anyways, he's got the nunchucks. He comes out. He hits Crash in the stomach, then the back. He's got a second referee. Perhaps the one who was selling popcorn earlier. Hard to say. I didn't cross-reference. But then hits him twice with the fucking nunchucks. Second referee, popcorn ref, counts the 3. And becoming it says 23rd. Is it 23rd? 43rd?
It is 43rd.
43rd. I wrote it down wrong. The 43rd Hardcore Champion. It's Steve Blackman, folks. Steve Blackman, your Hardcore Champion.
Black men. I love black men.
And I love black men. Black men.
So, we are going to take a moment, and we're going to fucking go to a house show in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Okay, so I didn't write this down until later when I actually went back and cross-referenced with the next title change. But yeah, Tampa, Florida. It's what is it? July 2nd?
Yeah.
Now there's no.
You don't have any fucking footage.
Hand cam, like how like a cool
Vault, WWF Vault. Get on it.
Yeah, let's get every title change. Now that would be a stupid idea.
Yeah, well, this is an important one. It's Crash Holly. He's the most important champ.
That's right.
It's like denying us a Bruno title change for the world belt. You know,
that's a very good point. That is a great analogy.
Yeah,
he was the headliner.
You know, Crash Holly meant so much to the New York City Italian American community, and you gotta fucking respect that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The pride of Pittsburgh, they called him. Well, so he wins it. We don't have any information on what happens, but he wins it and loses it back, presumably back to back, right?
Yeah. So Crash Holly becomes your 44th Hardcore Champion, and Steve Blackman subsequently becomes your 45th Hardcore Champion in his second reign.
45, huh?
Yeah.
Black men, I love black men.
That was 45 right there, telling you about it. I'm going to have a soundboard next time. I'm going to have a full soundboard, and that's going to be the main thing. Since this is going to be great. What do you think about a soundboard?
You know, it is what it is.
Wow. Such enthusiasm.
You was ahead of your time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got some Steve Blackman matches.
All right, now it's time. Whoa.
We're so
elevated. No, that's a different song. No, yeah, the one, it's like, da-da-da-da, I'm gay. That's how it goes now. I changed the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. So we are in fucking Oakland, taping, air date September, Jesus Christ, July 13th, SmackDown once again. It's Crash Holly versus Steve Blackman.
It's crazy how many of these are SmackDown. Like, they just were like, put that shit on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's so much SmackDown. Hunter, I don't really like that gimmicky bullshit on my show.
Well, ironically, Crash, of course, always wears the WWF attitude, the generic shirt with the sleeves off. But he's got a Raw as War baseball cap on this time, which I thought was just funny that he's representing the other brand. But we do get SmackDown. SmackDown...
there's no brand split, so...
Well, listen. It's pretty clear there is. It's just not spoken. When do you ever see Steve Blackman and Crash Holly wrestle on Raw?
That's
come
true.
on. They're exclusive to this brand. But, it is a... SmackDown in this era does have that really awesome theme song.
Yeah.
Where it goes...
It's got the fist. Not this time.
This doesn't have the fist yet.
But SmackDown has SmackDown's an important brand.
I like this set, though, with the circles. I had I had a toy of it. I had, the full... It was, probably $40 or whatever. It was, a nice set.
I've always enjoyed this set. I like the weird projection screen
to the side.
On the back.
Oh, on the
back,
like
that.
Yeah. The little guy, yeah. It's cool. It's unlike anything else they've ever really done. It is. I was you couldn't say it looked the same as Raw for sure.
No,
it had its own visual identity, and kind of always did, and that was the deal. And now it doesn't, which is
once they introduced the HD sets, I think is when that fully went to hell.
Yeah. No, it's it's a problem with all. AEW does the same shit where it always looks kind of the same, and it shouldn't, because it's cool to have a visual identity for different things.
Yeah.
In my opinion. We get a great ad for WWF.com here, where it's got that narrator. The guy's like, I can't do his voice. I was going to try. But he says, new graphics, new navigation. And
every website in 2000 looked absolutely fucking terrible, and it's great.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't just the limits of what you could do with a website. It's just that the aesthetic vision at that time was garbage.
But you got to admit, it sure was fun to go online.
Hell yeah, dude. It was a lot more fun.
I saw this ad, and I just thought to myself, damn, I can't wait to get on the website, then check out those new graphics and that new navigation. I fucking love to navigate a website. You feel me? Yeah. There's a great Elroy drawing on a sign.
Yeah.
And an ad for Fully Loaded 2000.
With the dice.
With the dice, which is a great logo.
Fun. It's such a great graphic.
And it's not in Vegas, right? It doesn't make any sense for it to be that.
No, it's in I don't fucking clue.
Yeah. It's one of the best shows ever. Fully Loaded 2000.
Terrific show.
We should do a whole podcast on that one show. That's how we get in Quiche versus Val Venus, right?
Yeah.
Which there's a clip of later on the Smack of the Week or whatever. Did you happen to see it?
Oh, they do that for both Raw and SmackDown, which is great.
Yeah. Rakishi. Yeah.
It was in Dallas, in fact, at the old Reunion Arena.
Gross.
And it's okay, well, I know they gambled in Fort Worth a lot. I learned that from Donald Brunson.
Yeah, it's non-sanctioned there. That's one of the only states I think where you still can't do hardly any gambling. So
I wouldn't be surprised for weird blue laws and shit like that. Yeah,
it's weird. Although here there's fucking video slots in every goddamn gas station. So,
God, do you have the skill machines, or is that just like a Pennsylvania concept?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's like we literally have these things called skill machines because at some point it was determined that they actually take skill, so they can't be considered real gambling.
Okay.
And they're fucking everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. And now there's a thing where it's like, try and raise revenue, put a tax on skill machine winnings, and it's really funny.
I'm going to look this up. I'm curious.
Yeah, I just saw one in the fucking Indian, Desi owned, because I don't know exactly where they're from. I don't want to.
Oh, nice of you to do. Hey, folks. Listen, she's trying hard. Trump might have won, but
I like
Sean still cares.
The subcontinent, they're beautiful people. Modi's great. I don't remember his name, but I like Modi.
I love it.
I find him. I think he's a gentleman. He calls me a gentleman. It's a great relationship we have. A friendly country.
I would love to know voting demographics for Indian men in Pennsylvania. I would love to know. Compared to 2020 and 2016. Yeah. I'd love to know.
And I got like some weird sodas there, so that I mean I enjoyed it. They had a ton of weird snacks I couldn't fucking describe in a million years.
Pennsylvania, the only legal skill machine. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just suddenly found it.
No.
This looks cool. Let skill ring. Winning will follow. Hell yeah. Oh, where were we? I'm sorry.
We were talking about Crash Holly versus Steve Blackman in Oakland.
They call Steve Blackman the skill machine. He's from there, right? He's from PA?
Yeah. He's from like pretty much the middle of the state, like Harrisburg.
Oh, no shit.
No, he's not.
You're telling me he's not from one of the cities? Come on.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't have the accent of a Yinzer or of a Philly Boy Roy or whatever.
That's too bad. It would be a lot funnier if he was like, I'm going to kick you's ass.
I think he has kind of a fun accent, but it's not that interesting.
A little nondescript, yeah.
Plus, he's not a promo cutter, so it's like he's not really going to dip into weird voices like that.
There is one really good promo, actually. I'll see if I can find it here in a sec. But
you should watch the intro he does for the SummerSlam match. It's he's got a fun voice.
Sure. Here we go. This is all right. Terry Taylor.
There's something you have to say.
Bet your ass there is. Shamrock, it's real simple. I'll step into your world, the Lion's Den, if you step into mine. And that is weapons all around the cage. And anyone bad enough to get one can use it. So, this way, this thing's got to end one way or another.
He's so funny when he just shouts random phrases and shit.
He went full Kalisto at the end there. A damn good lucha thing. Damn, woo! A good lucha thing. Hot damn, woo!
Poor bastard, Manny. Anyway.
All right, so Blackman gets a decent reaction here. I might be sweetened, though, because it's a taped show. Crash grabs a leather strap, attacks first. Blackman gets the advantage, knocks it around Crash's neck, sends him pillar to post, yanks him down hard.
That's just good. That's good shit.
This is a good start. This is a hot start. I was into this.
Yeah, sure.
And then, let's see. So Blackman gets the trash. This is actually one of the better matches, I think.
I agree.
This is so Crash is great with all this bumping around for him. Blackman gets the trash can lid, and I love this combo that he does in every match. To be fair, but since this was the first Blackman match I've seen in 15 years, I was into it. It's probably not been that long, but he sends Crash in with an Irish whip while holding the trash can lid, and he hits him in the knees with the lid, which is great. And then he does the spinning back fist with the can to the back of the head.
Yeah. That looks good every time he does it. It's just he does it in every match. I will say, I think he thought a lot about how to use these trash cans.
Sure.
I will give him credit for that. I think that is easily one that, some of his trash can spots in these matches are really, really cool. Him and Al Snow have a really great one coming up.
It's that was really Galaxy Brain shit, but yeah, for sure.
It felt like something from, guys trying to recreate...
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, or the Raid or Night Comes For Us stunts in the basement. And you know what? I'm fucking with that. That's fucking fine. That sounds great to me, man.
Sure. And these are these lids are light and thin, obviously gimmicked as hell, but it still works when you do shit like hit somebody in the knees or the back of the head with it. It just works.
They have a ton of sound too.
And they have a ton of sound,
which is the most important thing.
And Crash is great at selling. So and bumping. So they do a kendo stick fight. They both brandish bamboo, and Blackman sort of blocks all of Crash's swings and then hits Crash in the ankles twice with the cane, which looks awesome.
Yeah,
and sounds good. And Crash sells it like it hurt really bad. Mm-hmm. Jerry the King Lawler says this is like Return of the Jedi, a film that is 17 years old and especially funny since The Phantom Menace had come out 14 months prior to this. So I don't know if he just missed it or what, but
what if he's just not? It's like I don't respect the prequels.
I don't acknowledge them. Yeah, he's like a 7, 8, 9 denier too, of course. You know, like
what if? Well, we know he has the Batmobile. What if he just is like, you know, the Tim Burton vision, the Joel Schumacher vision? It's not my thing.
Yeah. I only like Adam West and original trilogy. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher, I can't deny the artistic technique of Christopher Nolan, but it's just not for me. Too grim.
Yeah.
That's too much of a Jimmy Hart, but I'm fine with it ultimately.
They all talk like that.
They all sound like fucking dipshits. Yeah.
They're all pedophiles. I don't know if Jimmy Hart's a pedophile. I just want to say he's probably fine. Probably not though. Probably not.
Who knows?
So Blackman with the this awesome kendo stick combo, he'd do these like rapid spins, you know, and to and fro hard shots with the stick. Like he sold the gimmick well. He was good at this. It just went on too long and without anything interesting and without interesting opponents. I think.
Yeah, the biggest problem. I think having weapons training in pro wrestling like this is really cool. There's a problem though, which is nobody fucking else does.
Yeah, and you know people like Crash are good at bumping for it. For sure, but
it's like they also don't have the time to plan this, so they can't do like the low key and Amazing Red match on the stage where they're using they start doing weapons combat. Like those guys have been planning that for fucking months, and you know what? That match is great.
That's shot in like 35 millimeter or something. Or at least it looks like it at least.
It's one of the craziest things and you know what? It's fucking awesome. And
what year is that? 2018.
2018, one of the great years of all time. It simply is. That's one of the best years. 2016, 2018, I think, is really one of the best runs in wrestling.
All wrestling?
I think so.
You like New Japan from that year?
No, but you take out. I mean, all
take
Japan.
out all Japan. Well, all Japan. No, all Japan has got. That's the Zeus year.
Yeah,
2018. Yeah, you're right. 2018. That's the year that inspired us to make a podcast. Year.
Exactly. 2018 is a great year.
Yeah. No, you're right. Fair. Let's see here. Kendo sticks. This is the other thing. We're just going to be like, if we get off subject, I'm going to have a hard time figuring out where the hell we were because this is all the same shit.
Yeah.
Crash hides under the ring. Blackman chases, and Crash brandishes the fire extinguisher, blasts him in the face with it. He wraps Blackman's neck with the strap and throws him around a little bit. He goes for a crossbody off the stairs, double jump sort of like he did into the Rana on snow. Blackman catches him midair with a power slam. Like the Sting Vader spot, you know? Mm-hmm. Hard on the floor. Really fucking hard on the floor. It's awesome. And then Blackman then lifts Crash sort of gut wrench style and swings him face first into the stairs and then just sort of drops him gently onto his neck.
Great.
On the floor. There's Blackman back in the ring. Blackman hits a DDT on a chair. 2 matches in a row with that one. Cole actually, on the commentary, gives a hard sell for a house show in the Kemper Arena in Kansas City, which I thought was really interesting because you just never hear.
No, certainly not.
Promo.
I don't really think of that as being a WWF thing that much.
No, yeah.
And you certainly don't think of it as a 2000 WWF thing. You almost wonder if that's the venue being very specifically the site of the fucking Owen Hart tragedy.
Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't consider
Maybe that's it. Who can say?
Maybe it wasn't selling well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe it wasn't selling well because they decided because people that went to that show decided they didn't want to go back and see another show that did that.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then kept going.
Which beloved mid-card talent are they going to murder this year?
Oh, Taka, poor guy.
I can't believe they did that to fucking. I can't believe they did that to fucking Farouk.
Oh, Rodney, poor Rodney. Why was Rodney even in the ceiling? Damn it.
Rodney didn't have that kind of push. And they did. So why is it they're trying to do new things with Rodney?
Yeah.
It didn't work. And now he's dead.
The new Blazer. All right. Blackman has the nunchucks. He does a cool combo. Then there's a chair open up in the ring. He atomic drops Crash into the chair. So he's sitting in the chair, right? He lays a trash can down behind the chair. Crash is seated, and he's subject to a Blackman jumping sort of axe thrust kick.
Pump kick. Yeah, sure.
So it hits him hard. It hits him hard enough so that he falls backwards in the chair. So the chair falls backwards, and he falls backwards with it onto the trash can. And of course, like the momentum of him falling, like the way it falls, like it doesn't like smash the trash can that well. It's not like the most well executed or like logically thought out finish, but it's definitely a creative one.
And I mean, it's a cool definitive end, especially given that this is a guy who does not have a real finisher.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's the other thing is like figuring out how to finish these matches is always, none of them are. That's one thing about these matches. None of them end the same way.
That's true.
I guess. Yeah. So yeah,
we're going to do a complete reevaluation of this fucking title reign in the middle of the episode. We're just going to change our minds.
Well, we're being nice.
Good. We are being nice.
I don't
Ultimately,
know.
Also, it is a hardcore title. It's all kind of good at minimum.
Yeah, it's kind of good at minimum, and
Man, I love Blackman. I love them.
They them pronouns. Black man, I love black men. I love them. That's what he said. He was talking about Steve Blackman when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
He thinks his name is Steve Blackman.
Yeah, Steve Blackman. Black men. That's why the they them pronoun isn't confusing for him, because he thinks it's more than one person. Oh yeah, that SmackDown music. You know that?
Yeah.
I'd play it, but I'm gonna keep just the one thing on my phone and play the same clip over and over. So
Blackman, I love Blackman.
Because I don't want it to. It'd be hard to pull it back up if I go away from it. All right. From SmackDown, July 20th, Steve Blackman versus Al Snow.
I believe at the Nassau Coliseum.
Okay, cool. We're hitting all the hot spots, right? We're going.
Yeah, we're in
Hartford.
New York.
Yeah. Let's see. Blackman sort of drops the title on the stage and does his little shadow boxing, like he doesn't give a shit about the belt. I really like that. And this, of course, is the head cheese collides. Head cheese explodes. The battle of the mortals. Snow offers a handshake. Steve kicks it away, hits a backdrop. Blackman goes, this is going to get so weird. Just talking these spots is going to get so long. We're going to have to figure out a way to have fun with this. To have fun. We have truncate. Yeah. I mean, the matches truncate themselves. Also.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what about these matches. They kind of truncate themselves. Blackman goes to the floor, gets a trash can lid. Snow hits a baseball slide into the lid. Direct copy of the start of the Crash match, of course. But here's a good one. Steve Blackman atomic drops Al Snow onto the top of the ring steps. Never really seen that before.
No.
And then he hits him with the trash can lid. Snow bumps backwards off the stairs, like backflipping onto the floor, kind of hitting his head on the way down. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know. I'm being rude. It's just... Blackman goes for a jumping thrust kick. Al Snow shoots him with a fire extinguisher while he's in midair. And then Snow, again, has a bus tub, this time with sodas in it. Pretty heavy plastic. He hits him with it. It sounds like a pretty heavy, a hefty, thick sort of plastic. All right. They fuck around outside for a little bit. Back in, Snow has a trash can, another trash can. We're going to say the word, drink every time you hear the word trash can or can lid or trash lid or trash can lid.
Any acknowledgement of a refuse container.
Yes, trash. Trash.
Trash Holly.
Trash Holly. Man, I wish he was in this one. So this is the Galaxy Brain spot, okay? Steve Blackman is down on the mat. Al Snow approaches with the trash can, sort of strikes downwards at him with the trash can, and Steve Blackman dodges, gets up. Al is still holding the trash can with both arms. Both hands. Mm-hmm. and Steve Blackman like reaches between his arms and sort of, swings his arms out to break the grasp. Kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And then the timing on this gets fucked up because Al Snow bumps. So, all right, so Blackman hits him with the face buster onto the can here. But Al Snow bumps face first off of the first part of it, even though he's not being driven into the trash can. And so he's already in midair bumping when Blackman tries to grab his head while he's already bumping for this move.
Yeah.
So that stinks, first of all. That's a strike against Al Snow. Snow gets up quickly again off of this, and Steve Blackman does a very low drop kick into the trash can, and this is like the Jackie Chan spots, right? This is what we're talking about, or the Raid Redemption, I suppose. Although I'm a classical guy, I like Jackie Chan personally. You know how they could have fixed the Raid Redemption, made it better, but Jackie Chan in there. It's not even the same country, is it? No.
No, that's Indonesia, bro.
It's a different, it's not even the same. It's like, yeah, okay. He gives him, he drop kicks the trash can into the legs of Al Snow. Snow sort of bumps forward as his legs have been swept out backwards from underneath him. And he ends up then landing headfirst into Blackman's lower extremities, is what Cole calls them. It's his balls.
Yes, his sack.
Yes. King calls them the lethal jewels.
Yeah, Steve Sackman.
I love Sackman. It's just absurd. It's a very stupid sequence. It's kind of cool, I guess. It would be
I liked it, but it's silly.
The part where Snow bumps early for the facebuster and Blackman
pisses you off and takes you out of the thing.
Yeah, it's just like, what is this? And then you see the rest of the sequence, and you're like, okay, I've never seen a Steve Blackman match where they do anything this elaborate, which leads me to definitely believe that this is an Al Snow pitch.
Yes.
This is all Snow. Like, all Snow. And he's really, reaching for the fucking cheap seats on this one, but it's kind of stupid. But I did kind of like it. I appreciate the ambition, I suppose. Let's see. So Al Snow hits a DDT under the trash can lid. It's 3 in a row. Although he mostly just bumps himself onto it. And then so this is where Al Snow does the bowling shirt bit again.
Yeah.
I mean, this works because we've seen it work. It worked with Crash, right?
Yes, exactly.
He took his time, which is why I thought it would be funny if he actually took the time to button each button of the shirt. That's what he should have been doing this time, actually. Put the bowling shirt on, and then he's buttoning the buttons. But he doesn't. He just puts the bowling shirt on, and Steve Blackman is just, like, standing behind him. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's a callback to a previous match. It's not terrible. I think the Al Snow stuff in this episode just really made me dislike him. Not that I ever cared. Not that I ever cared for him that much, but although he was really good in that one match.
The Bossman match?
The Bossman, well, a couple of those matches, I guess.
Yeah. I think the 99 run is good. I think he's good in 99 for sure.
It's the Hardcore Holly match, right? With the...
It's Valentine's Day Massacre?
Yeah.
That's a terrific match, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the gold standard for this shit. So, I don't know. It's just...
I mean, that Bossman match where he's chained to the fence is harrowing.
Yeah, oh yeah, especially watching it when we did. Like, it's like in the summer of 2000. It was really something, but I don't know. He's so weird in this era. He's just, and then he's like on Tough Enough, and I hated him on Tough Enough.
Well, he's certainly like kind of a dumb guy who thinks he's a very smart guy. That's undeniable. That's a lot of people in wrestling, but he's one to an extreme level, I think.
Yeah, and him, like, watching him on Tough Enough is a good example of that. You can tell he's been wrestling forever. Sorry, he's been wrestling for a very long time at this point, right? Doesn't he? He debuts in like '84 or something.
Yeah,
it's really strange. I was going through the Charles's wrestling playlist, and he was on a match in '84 or '85, and I was like, what the fuck? '82. That's bizarre.
Yeah,
a near 20-year veteran.
Yeah, his first match listed on Cage Match is him jobbing in fucking St. Louis to Kerry Von Erich in June of 1982.
Sure. That makes sense. Is he from there? Where's he from?
Ohio.
Okay. That's why he's OVW. That's why he is still part of that. Probably,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He's in Ohio. I think Northern Ohio, and then Michigan guy, basically.
Interesting. I mean, not that interesting, but makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, let's see. He's got a broomstick. Blackman breaks a broomstick over Snow before he has time to bowl a strike. And then Blackman does his little stick dance. But this is with two halves of the broomstick. This isn't the Tonfas.
Yeah.
This is just this is two sticks that he made. He made one stick into two sticks.
This is improvised.
Yeah, he's crafting.
Slightly cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Snow hits him in the balls, and then he does a little stick dance of his own, which I always like that whenever somebody does any karate gimmick, and somebody else does some bad stuff. Yeah. I don't know how to say this, but also does a little karate demonstration, and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, their kata sucks.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, kata?
I think that's the term you'd want to use.
Okay. Let's see. They brawl into the crowd near the stage. Blackman hits Snow with a production monitor, one of those classic Attitude Era monitors.
Yeah,
love those. The long. Why is it so long?
Yeah, those are pay TVs that you'd have at bus stations back in the 80s and shit. Sure. I remember one like that when my mom and I were going down to the shore to Wildwood, and we were getting a Greyhound, and it was just putting in quarters to watch, I don't know, fucking Honeymooners reruns or some shit like that.
Oh man, it's cool. It's cool to live. It's cool to be alive back then.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Crash comes out. Stands on the stage. He nearly slips and falls off the stage. Did you see that?
I think so, yeah.
Before he does the crossbody. He does a big crossbody off the stage to Snow and Blackman, which is pretty cool. Crash and Blackman then wander back to the ring, and Snow sneaks up, still with the monitor, and hits Blackman in the back of the head with the monitor. And then Taz comes out for no reason. Taz, was he feuding with Al Snow at the time?
Yeah.
That's some real, that's D tier feud there. The challenger for the hardcore title is feuding with another guy who also is irrelevant. And so crazy. Taz was in the company for he came in, he beats fucking Angle.
Yeah.
It feels like he's gonna be a fucking star. What happened?
I don't know. I mean, did he have time out with an injury at that point already? I don't think so. No. Oh, I mean, okay, he kind of did, yeah. He only has one match in May, and then he misses all of June.
Okay. But April is where he goes and he wins the ECW title, right?
Yeah.
And then he wrestles Triple H on SmackDown as the ECW champion?
Yeah. In Philly, and then there's a Dreamer run in.
Yeah.
I always thought of that being later in the year and being for the belt, but whatever, I was wrong.
It's right after Mania.
Yeah.
It's the week after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Very stupid. So Taz comes in. He locks in the Kata Hajime, the Taz mission.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm clicking buttons over here. The Taz mission on Al Snow. Chokes him out. And then Blackman pins Al Snow for the win. Now, I guess that is a finish that happens a few times in this run, is that somebody else attacks the opponent, and Blackman just covers him and wins.
The ultimate opportunist, Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
But, I think this... I mean, Taz 2000 is a lot of fun. It's just for one of the greatest debuts in company history.
It really is.
And one of the I always call it the original internet moment, because that's what it is. It's everybody in that fucking one of the biggest smart towns in the country knows their guy's gonna be there. And it's fucking hot as shit, and that theme, I love the Taz theme.
Oh, it's so cool.
And the orange, obviously, he was made for WWE. It just but as as an older guy who had a fucked up neck, because obviously his run with WWE is a ton of fun. It just is mostly a ton of fun because he's doing weird cooking segments on Sunday Night Heat and doing commentary with Michael Cole and shit. And we have a lot of segments where he'll just like with him just like trolling Lawler or just interfering in matches for no particular reason and just being like a weird animal. I have a lot of fun with that. I don't know. I watched like a decent amount of other stuff from this run, if it was just like on the pay-per-view or episode of TV, and it was just like, sure, why the hell not?
Around in the rest of the
wouldn't
episode.
I watch the Kurt Angle Hardcore Holly match where Kurt breaks Bob's fucking arm with the moonsault?
I don't know if I realized that was on TV. I guess I thought that was at a house show. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh yeah, no, it's gross. And then they do like another like 45 seconds where Bob Holly can only use his one arm, and they're like, yeah, Bob Holly's got a fucked up arm right now. Holy shit! And it's like,
it's bad enough that the commentators have to actually.
Yeah, JR and Lawler are like, whoa. That match is cool.
Yeah,
it's not great.
I bet though. Early Kurt is so much fun.
And it's Bob, and I got a lot of time for Bob.
Oh, sure.
Working stiff on people too.
Yeah, I think that first like year or two of Kurt before he like knows. Before he's fallen into his shtick like so hard,
yeah,
and he's like just a guy who doesn't really know how to be a pro wrestler. It's interesting.
After all, that's the match where he actually hits the moonsault.
Well, that's famously like that he had always missed it, and I'm pretty sure Bob Holly says it in his book that he's the one who suggests, "How about you hit it on me tonight?" Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is far before Kurt makes one of his signature career spots, missing a moonsault off the top of a cage.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most ridiculous things that any man has ever done, but is also, like, definitionally exactly Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he's great.
He's a maniac. I consider him a flawed wrestler. I can't consider him a flawed entertainer.
Yeah. Sure.
I just can't.
I feel like at this point people, like, point to... the Brock series or whatever, and they don't like the go work rate of it all. But I don't know. It was cool at the time, I thought. Just doesn't hold up that well.
Not everything's gonna hold up. You gotta just live with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Make some noise, X-Pac.
We are in fucking San Antonio, Texas, at the Freeman Coliseum for SmackDown. It is It is July 25th. July 27th.
Taped date 25. Yeah, aired on July 27th.
It is Steve Blackman versus X-Pac.
Blackman, I love Blackman.
X-Pac. I'm gonna mix them up now.
What are you gonna get? Fucking Uncle Cracker singing "I Love Blackman."
Yes, that is what I'm going to do. Oh, this X-Pac theme.
Yeah, you're just gonna get what fucking.
I'm gonna have an AI generated Uncle Cracker singing Trump's lines. Right?
Yeah.
Suck it, 2 tears in a bucket. I'm not the one you try your luck with. Who's gonna kick you? Like Jim Johnston. Joe Johnston is the director of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Jim Johnston.
Yeah.
He was cooking on this one. Who's gonna kick your ass? I like this song. Actually, I listened to the whole thing. The rarely heard second verse of Make Some Noise, Jim Johnston's X-Pac theme. X-Pac! I love how the guy who says X-Pac sounds like he's in a different room.
That's kind of always how these DX themes work out, is like just like weird, like somehow they end up with this Music Concrete vibe of just like just like people calling each other and shit on the phone. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, each verse is found in a different, like it's all mixed differently, and yeah.
Jim Johnston, the original Girl Talk.
Sure. What happened to that guy? Girl Talk.
I have no fucking clue. I think he just went back to his job of being like a brain surgeon or whatever the fuck it was.
Sure.
Some ridiculous job.
Road Dogg is on commentary. He says, I didn't even know he was hardcore champion. And Cole says, you wrestled him on Monday for the belt. And then Road Dogg says, he's so cold and the title is so cold because of his lack of personality that I didn't even realize. Like, damn, fucking buried.
That's such a fucking burying. It's crazy.
Yeah, Road Dogg is kind of a. I mean, he'd do shooty things, like little shoot comments all the time, but it never was good for anybody else. Which is kind of the problem with that in general.
He has a specific spiel that's a lot of fun, and you know what? He should fucking stick with that specific spiel.
Yeah.
You know, Max Caster. If you're out there, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
Max Caster, I guess, is better than... Well, no. You know, he's not.
Is Max Caster a better wrestler than Road Dogg?
Absolutely
not. No.
Is he a better rapper?
Probably. But also, yeah. I don't know, Max Caster, you gotta remember, like, the thing about Max Caster and that whole thing, Scissor Me Daddy Ass, that all, like, came out of just him calling the Guns the ass boys one time in a pre-match rap, and then the crowd started chanting ass boys,
which is really a reference that Danhausen said, I think, first. It could have been him, Caster, first. I don't fucking know anymore.
You want to give Danhausen credit?
I don't want to give that motherfucker credit for anything.
You want to defend Diddy. You love Russell Brand, and now Danhausen. All right,
he's the worst of them all.
Yes, he is for sure. Those parties that Danhausen used to throw, people will find out.
Yeah.
They'll find out. All right, we've got Blackman.
And he's got skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, Blackman and Waltman. I love Waltman. I love them. I love Waltman. All right, so Sean Waltman, X-Pac, also does karate.
Yeah.
Which is, like, this started and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be cool. They're going to do it like a duel. And they did for a second, but it doesn't last very long. Like, because Pac has like a leather belt.
Yeah.
And he's swinging it around. He whips Blackman with it. It looks like it hurts really bad. The sound's really good. And he's got Blackman around the throat with it. Blackman walks up the turnbuckles, backflips over him, and hits like an awesome power slam.
Really cool.
It's really great, yeah. This one was cooking for a minute, but it didn't maintain, sadly. X-Pac does win like a kick exchange here, where they both are trading some martial arts.
Yeah. And
he hits his like classic like back roundhouse. Always looks good. I like X-Pac. I'm a big fan. I think that's not a hot take.
No. It's like, and I mean, obviously, X-Pac heat is a fake concept anyway. You know, like
I don't know if that's true. I feel like there's a lot of guys in the roster around that time who just nobody gives a shit about.
Oh no, I think that's true. I just don't think
he's just one of them.
Yeah, I just don't think it was specifically him over everybody else. Like there's very few times that's happened. Corporate Kane, maybe that was fucking bad.
I think Right to Censor after the first like 2 months, people just didn't care anymore. It was like literally go away. Let's see. When's the kick exchange? Oh yeah, okay. So we see a shot. All right, so Road Dogg like is like threatening Michael Cole in commentary, saying he's gonna beat him up. We see a shot of the announce desk, and Road Dogg is like got his like cool guy posture. Jerry Lawler's like leaned back, like far back in his chair, his arm around Road Dogg. They're like shooting the shit and having a great time. And the camera pans out to Michael Cole, and he's just like hunched over the desk, like looks fucking stressed out. And you have to assume McMahon is in his headset just barking something to him.
Oh god, yeah. Well, there's a lot of moments in this that I noticed where he says stuff that just feels like stuff JR would say.
Sure.
And obviously, like, this is his first big, like, his second run, I guess, technically, as lead commentator on one of the main shows.
His first was Raw because of JR's
being
health.
JR out, yeah. So it feels exactly like he's just being fed the same things that JR would get, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, good old JR is the most specific play-by-play man in wrestling history, you know?
Yeah.
It's a great, I mean, that run is one of the best play-by-play runs of ever. I'm not a huge fan of his other stuff, as you know, but that's so, him and the damn sweater and the hat is unfucking deniable.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Michael Cole looks just sad here.
He looks like, he's got his frosted tips. He's such a nerd. And I'm the Cole defender of the two of us, obviously. You fucking can't stand him except for hell yeah.
He's even worse now.
I'd probably just because everybody is just such a chuckle fuck now.
Oh yeah, the commentary is awful on all of WWE now.
It feels like nobody gives a fucking shit.
Well, no, they all have this like crazy, outrageous, like they're all doing Pat McAfee.
Yeah, which is like, and Pat McAfee is already kind of just doing like a bad version of Corey Graves, but like amped up because he's actually like a professional talker, as opposed to like a guy who just who's more like he just talks like for 2 hours every day on fucking ESPN, no matter what.
How much WWE are you watching these days?
Not a lot.
How much have you seen like this year? Have you seen like any?
I've seen some. I watched the Rumble. That was the one pay-per-view I've seen, but I've seen some other stuff too.
Yeah, it's dire. It sucks to listen to.
It just feels like there's no quality control, and the whole. I mean,
that's the thing is it's all quality control.
I guess
it's hyper attuned to be a certain thing, and once you can see the seams, it's all you can see. Like it fucking sucks.
But I guess it's somebody who has less. I mean, obviously, whoever's doing it has much less of a personality than Vince. If it's just Triple H doing it, he certainly does.
What, barking orders? I mean, I've seen people say that like Michael Cole is able to like let loose now, but it's not.
I can't believe that.
If that's what this is, then, I mean, you should watch. Say it again. You should watch Punk.
Yeah, NXT was pretty good with commentary back when, but like that was not loose at all. No, not Morrow. But like I like Tom Phillips. I like the Tom Phillips run. I think I think Tom Phillips is a good announcer.
Tom Phillips is the guy who showed his dick on the plane or whatever.
I think so. Yeah. He was talking about skull fucking a girl or something.
Okay, we talked about him on.
Yeah, he's a marginally canceled figure. I don't think he's that bad though.
Okay.
Justin Roberts texted Miners, and he's doing.
Oh, Justin Roberts.
That is like a
great teeth.
Hear it in this guy.
I love it when he smiles. The dapper yapper. He's got those fucking veneers. All right, where the hell were we? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Michael Cole looking like he wants to KMS. All right, Pac gets like a stack of 4 trash can lids from under the ring. Blackman takes over immediately with his extremely varied trash can lid offense. Shot to the knees, midsection, back of the head. He whips. Oh, this is great. He whips Pac in, lifts him up into the air like big flapjack thing, like a back body drop. But Pac doesn't flip. He just goes face first. And on the way down, Blackman smacks him in the back with the trash can lid. That's cool.
Yeah.
Blackman gets the sticks and a nunchuck. He tosses Pac the nunchuck so they can duel. And Pac, again, X-Pac, he looks like he has definitely fucked around with nunchucks before.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but then he immediately gets taken down by Blackman with his stupid little sticks. And, I don't know, Road Dogg is talking about chi.
He's talking about so much bullshit.
He says he got it up. He's talking about like his dick, I guess.
He's taking his dick.
Not really sure.
I mean, he's on a lot of drugs, obviously.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's about to get fired.
Right, of course.
He's got like 6 months, I think, before he gets fired. But he's like, and like time is passing him by. In like the sands of the hourglass are running through his fingers.
A good spot here. Pac goes for the Bronco Buster, but Steve Blackman grabs a nearby trash can, holds it up so Pac hits his balls in the can.
I liked that a good bit.
Yeah, that was really good.
I mean, the idea that Steve Blackman is just the master of trash can offense is a lot of fun.
He's so known for the sticks, but it's actually the can.
That he just fought so much about these fucking cans, and that's an angle. I gotta give a guy that. Like nobody else has ever fought so much about how to hit someone with these silly metal trash cans.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fought more about how to hit people with silly metal trash cans than Aja Kong has. It seems like. Sure. The queen of the silly metal trash can.
Yeah. The can. He loves these cans.
Oh, man.
He loves these cans. Blackman, what does he do? He's got a kendo stick. He hits Pac in the head with it one time for clean 1, 2, 3.
It's a silly match.
It's kind of crazy. Waltman's doing clean job. I mean, he always did jobs, right? He'll tell you in a shoot interview all day about how he was happy to do it, but it's a nothing match to to lose to Steve Blackman. But then Road Dogg gets in and they beat the shit out of Blackman. they get their heat back. And then it's the Run DMC King of Rock remix of the DX theme, right? That plays. And so Champion is buried. Segment ends with the Champion on his back, looking at the lights, while the other guy's music plays.
And then, I don't know what this... Then on Raw, there's a DX versus Head Cheese hardcore match. I don't really know how that ends. I didn't watch it. And then it seems like nothing happens.
Well, they're heels here, right?
DX?
Like, they are like proper heels. So...
DX are absolutely heels, yeah.
Are they associated with Shane?
Are they associated with Shane? Maybe? Not sure.
That's weird. It's like
they're definitely associated. They're still associated with Hunter in some capacity.
Right. After the match, we see the Stacker 2 Slam of the Week, which is like it's this incredible ad that I don't know if you remember this ad. You remember this ad?
Yeah, I saw this.
It's like a big fat guy, and he's like rubbing his belly, and he's like, and there's like a woman who's washing a car, and she's hot, and he's a big fat piece of shit. And she's like blowing kisses at him. I remember that, like I saw this, and I was like, I had another flashback later for a similar ad, but this one really took me back.
And like Stacker 2 is one of those things where my ears are going to perk up anyway, because it's just such a fucking funny. It's such a funny product.
I never got to try Stacker 2, but as far as I know, it was just like a good as hell fat burner, right? It was like
more or less
basically like taking an Adderall or doing meth.
Yeah, it had like a ephedrine in it or something, and
sure.
That was like, and it ended up being a big scandal. But it's like you look at the products we have now, and it's like I don't think it was that big a deal.
Yeah, no, I like to buy
ephedrine for all I know.
I buy the old the Broncaid, the cough, the asthma medication.
Yeah,
it's got Sudafed in it. I love to take that shit. Pop like 6 of them, go to work. That's the shit. That's my shit, y'all. Anyways, the Stacker 2 Slam of the Week is Rikishi jumping off the cage at Fully Loaded 2000.
They were really putting that over, and you know what? Yes,
they're right to do it.
They should. It's fucking awesome.
Right to do it. All right, let's do the 2 Shanes and then take a break? Or
absolutely.
Is that okay? And you know it's a big deal because it's on Raw. From August 21st, 2000, it's Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon, presumably. I don't know if this was a match that was actually announced.
I believe it was. Because I remember JR makes mention, this is supposed to be Shane McMahon's match.
Okay.
And they are in the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. I love to reference when they're in the Cajun Dome.
Yeah, of course.
They've run a million TV tapings at this one specific place, and I just think it's because Vince McMahon thought that running in the Cajun Dome was just fun.
That's interesting.
He is a child.
Yeah. Damn, they could build a dome, these guys. I skipped forward. I found Kurt Angle putting Stephanie in a full Nelson. He's showing her moves. I loved all of this stuff.
It's so fun.
I was the biggest Kurt Angle. I shipped him.
Yeah,
you know, shipping.
I mean, Stephanie is so good in this run. I think Stephanie in 2000 is great.
Yeah, and she's fucking hot, and it's great. And Kurt's like cute. Like they're a cute couple. Like I want. And Hunter is so disgusting.
He's so grotesque.
And I just wanted him to be cucked so bad, and they kind of did it. They go right up to it.
They do, and it's.
And then Kurt gets buried by him.
Yeah, he'll survive. He'll survive.
He does a great job. Yeah, he does great.
I think it does irreparable damage to Stephanie, though. Unfortunately,
interesting.
She'll recover in 2003, I think, but she's not around Triple H at that time. So
yeah, she has to wrestle her dad.
That's a crazy run, but I think she's a really good babyface.
I can't wait till we get to that one. We're doing McMahon, the McMahon series part 2. It's going to happen in January. I'm saying it now.
I remember reading a fanfic when I was a kid about with Trish and Stephanie, where one of them was a hermaphrodite, and that affected me greatly. There's no denying that.
Hell yeah.
How could it not, though?
Sounds fucking good.
We get some Trish in this episode. We got a lot of
I might have wrote that. I might have written that. Yeah.
Trish is adorable.
Trish is also adorable, yeah. Trish, of course, in this era is very cool.
Yeah.
She's got a energy to her. All the women. This is the era where they're like, they're still like being objectified and like it's awful or whatever. But this like run of women, I think is really interesting. In China also,
yeah,
you know, like there's
fucking Cat is over and is like treated with a relative amount of dignity, which is incredible.
Yeah, she's the least exciting of them probably, but
Ivory's over though. Ivory as the heel, that's pretty good.
Sure, yeah.
Ivory's not an incredible worker, but she was certainly good enough.
This is around the time Ivory and Lita of course, is hot shit.
So fun. Yeah, Lita is insanely over, of course.
Yeah, but isn't it? Is it 2000? Is it Survivor Series 2000 where Lita gets her fucking nose busted in the match with Ivory? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
The main event of this is Stephanie versus Lita for the belt.
Oh,
for the women's belt with the. I didn't watch that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just crack open Peacock and watch it later.
You should watch it and tell me if we need to put it in the episode we're going to do with JR, because we can
true.
Fill in some blanks in 2000.
Yeah,
we don't have to. Just because we're doing 2 big Shane matches here doesn't mean we can't do some other stuff.
No, absolutely not. I mean, as we've said, Stephanie, compelling presence.
Yeah, absolutely. Cute as a button. Test attacks Steve Blackman backstage, throws him into some roadie cases. Andrew Martin here looking like he could not pass a drug test if he had a year's notice. Like he would not make it. He backbodies Blackman over the rail into the ringside area, grabs the prerequisite 4 trash can lids that live underneath the ring. That's right. It's a family of 4 living under the ring. Nowadays, that family of 4 trash cans wouldn't be able to afford the rent. Test big boots trash can lid into Blackman's face. The amount of times I'm going to say trash can lid and Blackman, I'm just going to it's going to break me. It's going to be Jason and New Jason all over again.
Yeah.
He throws the can at him, and he goes, I don't know. The crowd is fucking dead. The crowd doesn't give a shit about any of this.
Yeah.
Ice cold. Without the sweetening that they can do for SmackDown for Blackman's matches, it really reveals that nobody gives a shit about this guy.
Yeah, and plus, starting a thing in the back never works for the crowd.
They like entrances. Yeah, give me an entrance.
Yeah, they want that entrance.
I want to hear the music. See his cool Titantron.
WWF is a heavily entrance-based fucking promotion. It just always has been.
Oh, it's more all the time.
Yeah, you want that damn entrance.
You know, if this was now, we'd have like the big CGI Steve Blackman. You know, like the hologram. Like.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the WCW Hardcore title era where they start all of the matches in the back. How fucking bad that is, and how fucking insane and stupid that is.
Yeah, but
Can't wait, man.
That crowd, nobody's over anyways, so it's not like even the main eventers.
It's not really going to matter, no.
Yeah, that crowd's heavily papered, and nobody even gives a shit. We got Prince Albert. He's named after the penis piercing.
Yeah.
Of course, Prince Albert. Another hilarious Vince joke. I'm sure he came up with that himself, you know?
Yeah.
Prince Albert comes out, and I was just wondering, is he still in Florida? Is he part of HBK's training clique?
As far as I know. I mean, he's one of Hunter's guys, for sure.
Fascinating.
You know, the Kowalski thing.
Sure. Oh, sure. Where's Test? Who trained Test? Any idea?
Probably like Scott D'Amore or something, or like.
Oh, he's Canadian. That's right. He's
Canadian. Like that. Yeah.
I forget about that. Okay. He doesn't strike me as Canadian.
Brett and Leo Burke are listed as the trainers. Okay, yeah.
Brett Burke and Leo Burke.
Yeah, Brett Burke.
Yeah.
The Hitman Brett Burke.
Yeah. Billy Burke from Lord of the Rings. Let's see. Albert's got a black t-shirt on with sleeves so short that I can almost see up his ass. Test grabs a fire extinguisher, tries to spray Blackman with it, but Blackman kicks the fire extinguisher hose, or whatever you call that thing, and Test accidentally sprays his friend Albert. Oh no. And then Blackman gets his 2 little sticks. How many of those sticks do you think that, did he ever reuse them?
I don't know. I mean, he has that full-ass duffel bag, which is so funny.
Do you think that bag is full of just sticks?
You have to think so.
Now, is there a left stick and a right stick?
Yeah. What if he just has weapon? What if he just has a gun in there?
What if he's got a gun in there?
Yeah, he can't use it. I mean, it's unloaded. You know, right. He's not an insane man.
It's not fully loaded.
No, Rikishi's not diving off a cage with for that with that gun.
Where Rikishi jumps off the cage and Steve Blackman shoots him in midair. Man, we'd never forget that match. Next out are Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. Blackman fights them off. He fights them off, and then a third AEW employee comes out, Shane McMahon.
God damn it!
In an ill-fitting dress shirt with the top button fully fastened. He hits Blackman in the back of the head with a kendo stick really hard. It's great. Wins the title. Shane McMahon is your 46th. Yeah, 46th Hardcore Champion. This is where I wrote down that Crash was 44 and Blackman was 45. And Shane McMahon, 46th Hardcore Champion. Edge and Christian lift Shane above their head like he's Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10.
It's a lot of fun. Then we get a backstage segment where
this is great.
Foley goes up to him and says, "Congratulations, Shane. Really proud of you." But I do
tries to hug him.
Yeah. I do think it's only fair, however, for Steve Blackman to get a rematch. And Shane's like, yeah. And then he tries to get Edge and Christian to pin him.
Right. They do like a rock, paper, scissors.
We could be co-champs. We could be double champs, bro.
So and Mick says, I'm a licensed WWF official. I can make the count right now. And then, so they both pin Shane.
1, 2, Tarantis!
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not. So it's Tarantis, of course it is, but it's also a direct reference to Deadly Game, where Shane McMahon himself stops the count and flips off. Is it Austin in that one? Or no, it's Foley. He flips off Foley. Yeah,
it's the main event.
It's the main event of Deadly Game, and he stops at 2.5 and flips him off, and then The Rock wins the title. It becomes the world champion for the first time. One of the greatest.
The corporate champ.
One of the greatest pay-per-views ever. Not a single great match on it, but what a fucking show. And that's when Mick gets up and says he's actually going to suspend the 24/7 rule through SummerSlam, which is a great segment. And I loved Commissioner Foley then, and I love him now. It still works. He's funny.
I love this. No, I do love this run. I mean, I like that they would try to recreate this, of course, and it just wasn't going to be the same. But he's so much fun, and he's so funny.
He's got the juice. He knows, like, everybody in the roster respects him. Mm-hmm. So there's nobody who's going to veto him getting the upper hand in a segment. Because they all love Mick. And he's a fucking legend. And he earned his spot, you know?
Yeah.
So he's able to do, this is like always a problem with like authority figures in wrestling, is they are constantly, like, people are constantly fed to them at their own expense. They look like idiots, and Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis or whatever, like, it seems like he's smarter than them.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucked with Stephanie. It stuck with Hunter. It sucked with Hunter. It just
even people you like, Teddy Long, you know,
possibly the worst offender, where like everybody was made to look like a fool at the expense of Teddy Long. Although Teddy was over, I guess.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse.
That run went so long. How long was Teddy the GM? It was like 6 years?
It was like an extremely long run, and then he's the GM of ECW, and then he's the GM of SmackDown again. I mean, at least if someone's over, it's one thing. Like, Vicky Guerrero, that's like an atrocious thing. You know?
Oh, yeah. And remember when it was like a computer?
The fucking... The digital GM or whatever they're called.
The anonymous
GM. And then you have fucking Brad Maddox and shit like that. And that was fine because he's just constantly getting owned.
Yeah. You ever see him fuck Paige?
I never watched that.
You never watched that?
I just felt
all right. We're going to watch that. We're going to watch that and wait, what did you do? What?
I just thought it was weird.
You thought it was weird?
I just didn't want to watch
what about that? What about Brad Maddox holding a camera underneath his girlfriend's ass while she rides Xavier Woods is weird. Come on. Oh, here we go. I got one for you. Here.
Black men, I love black men.
Oh, wow. You presented that one to me. You fucking did that for me. We see one more thing. We see a limo pull up to WWF New York, and the cat gets out.
Really stupid segment, yeah.
And Lawler's like, "Woohoo!" You know, and
that's my wife.
Yeah, she looks. I mean, she looks like the most I'm just going to go ahead and say it, generic slut you've ever seen.
She has this silly black wig on.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a weird look.
And then that leads to her getting attacked on stage by Terry.
Is that what happens? Okay.
Yeah.
I figured they must have been leading into something. And who could forget the Terry and Kat feud of 2000? We all, I thought their blow off was great. 64 minutes in the Budokan. And then we fast forward 6 days later. And is this in Charlotte?
This is in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina. SummerSlam 2000. Another one of the greatest pay-per-views. What a run.
Yeah.
It's Steve Blackman versus Shane McMahon. And I remember this match being a little longer, more substantial perhaps. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, it's not as good as Lover or Leaver, but...
Oh, of course not. That's a great match.
Yeah, this is a good match. This is a lot of fun.
This is the shining moment of Steve Blackman's career. I mean, easily.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
And it's fun because, Shane was one of the guys who really loves Blackman and really was said, no, this is a guy, the Steve Blackman story is compelling. Like, the idea that he was going to be on the roster in '89, but he got
super sick or something?
He got fucking malaria in South Africa, which he shouldn't have crossed the apartheid line. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
And then, he's literally bedridden for 2 years, and then he spends the next 4 years learning all of his martial arts shit, so he, can physically recover and get into the shape he is in when they signed him in 1987. And that's cool. There's no way around that.
Saying that about Blackman crossing the apartheid line, I'm thinking about now, what if David Starr got WWE ID branding and then worked a match in Israel and got blown up by an Iranian missile? Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I always remember when he had the match in Israel for the Ring of Honor title. That was so funny. I was like, brother, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I did say that I always thought that he was going to come back as, one of the guys in, a Saudi Arabian-led promotion. But it seems like they just don't want to deal with jobbers.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, let's see here. I didn't watch the match, but I saw the replay of the finish to Taz versus Lawler.
Yeah.
Where JR smashes the candy jar over Taz's head and busts his own hand open.
Hell yeah.
And has to wear 2 Band-Aids on his fingers. For the rest of the show, which is so cool. I love JR bleeding. I love
the very stupid but clearly loving Jim Ross Jerry Lawler relationship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're bros and they're ride or die, Mm-hmm. Bad boys for life. You know that scene in Bad Boys 2 where the kid comes by and Will Smith pretends like he just got out of prison.
Yeah.
And he sort of threatens to rape this young man.
Trying to take out Lawrence's daughter.
Yeah. Reggie is the character's name, of course, Reggie Nation. What about that scene, but with Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross? What if they were... you want to take my black daughter out on a date? Here's her uncle who rapes people.
Yeah, that's very Deliverance.
Yeah. Have you seen Bad Boys Ride or Die yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the third one. I need to see the
third one. Third one's interesting. You need to see it.
Third one. People don't love that. I know people love this one though.
I watched it last week, and it is fucking great. It's no 2. No. There is no... Bad Boys 2 stands on a pillar unto itself, of course.
Yeah.
The most vulgar, disgusting film ever made. But Bad Boys Ride or Die is a wonderful thing. And but you got to see 3 because oddly enough, it sets up plot points and character dynamics that you kind of have to have knowledge of, or else.
What a funny concept!
Yeah, it's interesting, but you do need to watch 3 to fully appreciate 4. Okay, let's see. Lillian Garcia's backstage. He asks Shane what he thinks of Kurt Angle kissing his sister, and Shane's just like, I don't, whatever. I already fucked her. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I already fucked Kurt. I don't give a shit about that.
I don't really care. Blackman looks pissed coming out with the can and the kendo stick. He looks like he's, ready to get revenge, ready to get his fucking title belt back. and Shane retreats to the apron. Blackman tosses him the kendo stick. Shane throws it back at Steve Blackman, and then Blackman throws it back at him. The crowd chants Shane's a pussy, which is awesome. This is such a hot crowd.
Yeah.
This is such a good show. I love this show. I don't remember like a lot of the details of it beyond the main event where Angle gets fucking concussed immediately.
Oh yeah.
And of course the TLC one, but I have a very distinct memory of watching this show, and it's like
I did rewatch TLC 1, and it is crazy how the Spirit of Lita is the most important, is like the wildest spot in that match.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the hell that happened, but it's just true. It is.
I want to say this is the first pay-per-view of WWF that we since '96. For whatever reason, I know I was like in AOL chat rooms. I remember being in an AOL chat room and getting live results for Fully Loaded in an AOL chat room, which sounds crazy, but that is specifically what I remember. And I had Mania 2000 on a VHS, and maybe Backlash, and I believe the Mania 2000 video game, THQ 64 game. I'm pretty sure I had that as well. So obviously WCW had completely fallen off by this time.
Yeah.
Any idea that my dad had that like they were the cleaner product was just out the window.
No.
So
and I mean, you know who's not in WWF anymore? The cursed Goldust.
Right.
Because I always think of that like that being the switch.
Yeah,
that's
that was it.
You described it like that's like nope. We gotta go. We're watching WCW now.
Yeah, we're watching WCW now because there's a gay guy on TV. And then Lenny and Lodi, of course. Maybe that was also part of why we went back. Who knows? Yeah. Kwee-wee. Was Kwee-wee gay? Or was he just fancy?
I don't know if Kwee-wee was gay. He's that fucking Alan Funk definitely gets gay at a certain point in like TNA though.
Okay.
But I don't know if Kwee-wee is gay.
Okay. So this was the first pay-per-view that I remember us getting from WWF in like four years or so. And I remember, so my parents split up in January of 2001 after like, I don't know, their parents like all died in like a 1.5-year span. And then my wife, I don't know. My wife had a similar thing with her parents both dying within a year of each other. Like it's pretty common, I think. My dad's somehow still alive.
Yeah.
So fucked up that my children's only grandparent, living grandparent, is the shittiest one.
Is the most loathsome man.
One of the worst people to ever live. Yeah. But I specifically remember watching the show with my dad, and for whatever reason, my mattress was on the floor. And I slept on a mattress on the floor for like the rest of the time that my parents were together. And I don't know why that is, but I distinctly remember sitting on the mattress on the floor, watching this, taping it, and watching it again while I fell asleep. And then watching it again when I got home from school the next day. So this is a huge show for me, SummerSlam 2000. Very meaningful for me. So this is one of the fucking coolest things. This is like when I was 10? I was 11. When you're 11 and like the dude falls off the high place, that's all you want to see, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see here. Shane gets in, tries a shot on Blackman. Blackman grabs the stick away from him. He punches Shane, and Shane bumps like halfway across the ring like he's Buddy Rose. Shane's so good. He's a great wrestler. I don't care what anybody says. Shane McMahon's a great wrestler. So is Vince. Great wrestlers, both of them. Shane runs to the crowd. Blackman. It's so hard to say it over and over again. Blackman grabs his trash can, runs up the entryway around the sort of the backside of the crowd. So he goes up the entryway. Shane is going through the crowd. Blackman runs around the other side, jumps off of a rail, catches him with the big trash can shot. Blackman yells, "Give me that fucking thing," about the trash can, and is bleeped.
Yeah.
Which, again, I remembered that being bleeped on the original broadcast, because they're like 7-second delay or whatever.
Yeah.
I just remember being like, oh, he said fuck. And thinking it like added to the match. Stupid. In the crowd, Blackman and Shane do a little walk and brawl. And I'm reminded again of this wonderful era where the WWF security guards wore black leather Kangol hats like Triple H.
This dude is this. I love this fucking ridiculous security guard. I was desperate to bring him up. During this. He was so fucking. What a fucking ridiculous looking man.
He should have won the hardcore title for just a minute.
He absolutely should. He looks like a wrestler. I don't like who the hell was this guy. I want to know. Like,
is he in any other matches or is it just this one?
I see him in he pops up in at least one more match.
Okay, I thought so too. I wasn't 100% sure, but
I think it's the Road Dogg and Blackman match.
The other one where they go all over the building. That makes
sense. Yeah, because
you just see him pushing people out of the way.
Yeah,
it's hard to miss.
Now, speaking of the Blackman run, one of the things that you do lose is full arena brawls. He is a in the ring motherfucker, pretty much.
Yeah. And it really shows.
He'll be on the outside. He'll be on the floor, but he stays within the designated area, the barriered out area, like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and that gets a little old. I don't want to do my Japanese death matches lost the juice when they couldn't, brawl in the crowd thing. But it's like, no, this is about brawling in the crowd. This is the title where you can do whatever the hell you want as long as you fit it into neat enough of a time slot.
It's a huge part of why those early ones are so fun, is because they could go and end anywhere. That was the whole fucking conceit. That was the whole reason why people remember, people who are non-fans now, people who haven't watched wrestling in 25 years, remember fucking a match ending inside the Mississippi River. Like,
yeah,
people remember that shit. There's nothing else like it, really, trash can lid, shot to the knees, 360 back, spinning back shot to the head, back shot.
Yeah, Shane's getting taking that. He's not killing him. He's giving it to him.
Yeah.
Blackman, I love Blackman.
He puts the can on Shane's head. And the crowd is like hot as fuck for this. Great crowd again, as I said before. And then he smacks the can with Shane's head inside it with the sticks over and over again. A couple shots to the knees too. JR says Blackman was doing work reminiscent of Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. I guess this is kind of the peak of Conan's cultural relevance, maybe.
I think that's fair.
Lawler makes a Ritalin joke. I don't really catch the context, but my ears perk up when they say Ritalin. Apologies. There's a large the garbage man is outside. The garbage man. That's what they should call Blackman. Trash man. Mm. I am trash man. There's the TNA come out. All right, here we are. Albert hits the Baldo bomb, kind of a lazy version of I just love the Baldo bomb. I have it in all caps, Baldo bomb. Who came up with that one? Tess puts a trash can in the corner between the top and middle buckles. Classic. Who was the first guy to figure out that a trash can would fit in there? Smart guy, genius, possibly.
Yeah.
They whip Blackman in. Albert splash in the corner. Tess hits him with the can lid. Tess goes up top, hits his always fucking awesome elbow drop, top rope elbow, onto the can lid, onto Blackman.
Straight to the heart, I think.
Yeah.
Is exactly how JR says it.
I think that might have been the name of the move. Or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was called that in one of the video games.
It's one of the greatest elbow drops.
It's so good. And he's so fucking huge. And just watching him step on the top rope, and he would point at him, wouldn't he? He was like kind of pointing with both fingers. It was like cool. It was so cool. Tess was not a great wrestler, but certainly.
I think he could have been a great one.
Yeah. If Hunter hadn't hated him or whatever, hadn't like kneecapped him so horribly.
Yeah.
And then Shane does his like Muhammad Ali shit, right? Is that what that is? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's floating like a butterfly.
Float like a butterfly. Yeah. TNA are holding Blackman, but Blackman fights him off a bit. They beat him down some more. They whip him in, and they whip him into the ropes. He comes off the ropes. Shane does his classic leaping weapon shot to the head, which is, I think, one of the best offensive moves of the Attitude Era. The Shane McMahon parking sign to the head, where he
puts a ton into it.
Yeah, he would leap like Sean's desperation flying forearm. which is the best move of Shawn's entire arsenal, I would argue.
I mean, he might as well be doing a sling blade, like as much as he throws himself into it.
No one should ever do a sling blade.
What they should do is this.
I would argue that the sling blade might be the worst move in the history of wrestling. I absolutely hate it. I
liked when Eddie Gilbert did it in 1981, the Tiger Mask, but I mean...
Okay. I like it when Abdullah Kobayashi does it while he's not wearing any pants and there's a bunch of glass in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun, I guess. I'd still rather him do anything else, but, you know.
You could just do a lariat.
Yeah, just do a lariat. They carry Blackman up the entryway. Tess tries to push an amplifier onto Blackman, but Steve dodges it narrowly. And, oh, God, I just fucked my notes up. I hit the down arrow, and I was, like, way up. Hang on. Albert goes for a kendo stick shot, but Blackman pulls Test in the way. Then Steve takes the both of them out with a stick, and Shane runs away. He climbs the scaffolding of the entryway. And this is really cool, because so Shane is trying to climb and get away from Blackman. Blackman is swinging the kendo stick at him. Mm-hmm. And Shane is, like, leaping up out of, like, so his ankles don't get hit, and he's going up higher and higher. It's a classic, like, horror movie or whatever, you know? Like,
yeah,
inching closer to the edge of the cliff. And Blackman follows him up. Way up, way up. JR says they must be 50 or 75 feet up in the air.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
But, you know,
yeah, well,
it's
also...
high as shit.
It is high. JR also says that Shane McMahon is a coon and Steve Blackman is a coon dog.
Please don't play.
I'm not going to play the clip.
We have to delete the episode.
I'm not going to play the clip. I'll play it in a little bit. JR said it, and then you said that, and then I wasn't going to do it. But I thought about it.
I knew you fucking thought about it.
You know I was thinking about it. Blackman follows him all the way up with the stick, and we get a really wide shot of the set and the two of them up there. And this is where I paused and I was like trying to do the math on the height of the structure. So if Shane is about 6 feet, each segment of the scaffolding appears to be 2 to 3 feet taller than him. So, like, 8-ish feet. And there's like a clear break in each piece of it. Yeah. They're definitely like 30, 35 feet off the ground.
That's not nothing.
No. And legitimately, I think it might be the highest stunt in WWF history. I think maybe like, New Jack and Vic Grimes probably higher or whatever.
We'll see with the Shane and Big Show spot. I remember.
Oh, Shane that might be higher.
Like a huge distance.
That might be higher. You're right. Yeah, Backlash.
That just has like the naked crash pad too, which is funny because this has the crash pad, but they covered it up.
It's covered in like some particle board.
Yeah, and so here's some cable.
Yeah, and cable. The cable is cool too because it also looks like it might have padded it out a little bit as well. Like it's like bouncy. This is fun. This is a great. This is one of the great spots like ever, especially of the era. So Blackman follows him up, hits him with the stick 3 times. You see Shane perfectly measuring his fall, like getting his footing, making sure he's like on. Because I have to assume they got like they had like an engineer in or something, right?
Yeah.
Is there are they doing the they're doing the calculus?
Yeah.
They got trying to decide like, okay, if the fucking rocket launches from here and it's got this much thrust, then where's it going to land? Surely somebody has done the work for this, right?
Yeah.
Or not.
You hope.
Or not. Maybe not.
I mean, Vince was just like, I'll work.
Yeah. Him? I don't give a shit.
I wouldn't do. I mean, hey, something I wouldn't do. You know that.
Well, yeah, he's my son, but fuck it. Who cares? I'm making another one. Trish, get over here. Blackman hits him with the stick 3 times. Shane falls backwards. He doesn't look. He just falls. At least 30 feet. I'm going to say 35 feet. Onto the crash pads. Yeah. Sure, crash pads. But it looks good. There's like when he hits the wood sort of breaks and there's like a powdery sort of floating up into the air,
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. Even if it's clearly gimmick to hell, nobody cared back then, and I don't care now. It's a fucking great stunt. And Blackman climbs down maybe 10 feet.
I think he gets to like 20 feet.
Yeah.
But that's still a lot.
A mere 20-ish feet.
Yeah.
With a very cool elbow drop, too, where he kicks the legs out and just brings it down to the side. I mean, how else are you going to do this, right? That's the only way you could do that.
Yeah. If you tried to do like with like an angled elbow drop, like with the angle pointing like very specifically downwards, you would probably have to have your arm amputated.
Yeah, your shoulder get dislocated, but you'd also kill the guy that you're doing it to.
Yeah.
Macho Man 99 style, like. So it's great. It seems relatively safe, but doesn't look that safe. Like it's great. And he pins Shane McMahon and becomes the 47th Hardcore Champion. 47, right? Just like Trump.
Yeah.
There it is.
Black men, I love black men.
All right, I'm going to retire it for the rest of the show, okay?
Yeah.
Crowd so excited. Every replay is spectacular. Every angle looks like awesome. Like they show like 6 different angles. And it's really cool. And it's badass. We cut back to King and JR at the announce desk. King is still shirtless.
It's so funny.
He's shirtless and still out of breath from the Taz match. What JR says, remember a couple years ago, Foley fell. It was maybe half as high as that was, which I thought was rude. Yeah. And obviously the Foley bump is the actual craziest bump of all time. Like onto just a table.
Just a fucking table.
While Hugo runs away and falls backwards, like that's obviously the craziest spot ever, but this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a sign behind Jim and Jerry that says Peter and Garrett are gay.
2000.
Yeah. Shouts out to those guys. Shouts out to the guy who made the sign and Peter and Garrett. I hope they're very happy. Hope they probably got married in like Illinois, like just a little bit after this, but if they held out till 2015, Obama made it okay to be gay. And then we get the classic segment of Angle and Stephanie, where Stephanie's like, "Is he okay?" And Kurt says, "Yeah, I think he just got the wind knocked out of him." Which I always thought was, again, they they like diminish Foley's bump by saying Shane fell from a higher, like twice as high place, and then seconds later, Kurt Angle's just like, "Yeah, I don't know, seems fine." Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He just got the wind knocked out of him. They took him out of on a stretcher. And then he hugs Stephanie's fine ass. And that's that. It's SummerSlam 2000, a show that we will definitely return to. What do you think so far? You think we're nailing this?
I think we're doing great.
Like mania, pump it up, pump it up. I am recording. I told you I'd set it off mic, but I had a dream where we recorded an episode and I didn't actually hit record. So this is going better than the dream I had. You had a dream you died.
I was thinking about that. How could you not? I mean, there's never really been a dream segment of note in pro wrestling, except maybe on like Glow. So that is the ultimate. That is this most important time that dreams have ever been referenced in wrestling history. Certainly WWE history.
There is definitely a dream segment in like '93, and it's like, God, I'll try to find it. I'm pretty sure Yokozuna has a dream that he's eating a big feast at Thanksgiving.
That feels possible.
I'm like 90% sure of this. I'll find it. We're going to take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and we'll talk about some other Steve Blackman matches, because it's Blackmania, folks. And we're going to watch we're going to watch together the Blackman's Bounties, 4-minute preview of a pilot of a TV show that never happened. And then we're going to watch the video of Brad Maddox filming Xavier Woods' fucking page. So we'll do that when we return. I'm not going to play the clip.
All right. 5 minutes.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up. They were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody knew their part. From a fainting to a slip, and a kicking from the hip. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. Yeah. But they fought with expert timing. There was Funky Billy Chin and Little Sammy Chung. He said, "Here comes the big boss. Let's get it on."
Eyelash vision.
3, 2, 1, play. Whoa. This is louder. It's much louder than the clip that I was playing over and over before. M-Vision Films. Now, what city is this? Is this Philly?
Nah, this looks like Pittsburgh.
Is it Pittsburgh? Okay.
Oh, Chicago, no.
Why is he in Chicago?
I don't know. That's like...
Lamar McPherson. Cordero Ward. Co-executive producer. This is the Blackman's Bounties preview. There's clips of Steve Blackman hitting people with the sticks and then banging on a door.
Arms are jack as fuck.
Yeah, so this is like 2011.
That makes sense. That's around the time of the Seagal show on A&E, where he's just running over people in tanks, basically.
It's the era of Dogg the Bounty Hunter also.
Yeah.
Like, welcome back to Wrestling is Gross, by the way. It's the
era... just dragging people through cornfields? Like, what? The fuck?
Yeah. You can see how this could have been a great show. And you can see how Vince would have loved it and put it on the WWE network. If you look at, like, the replies, it's all people being like, they should put this on the WWE network. I would watch this. Because, of course, that's WWE's audience.
Yeah.
They love cops.
Let's go. Get your ass down there. We can see you upstairs.
Come to the door now. We're going to kick it in.
Get the fuck away from my house.
Come down to the door.
You know why we're here? Get down here and open the door.
No, you know, sure shit, get the fuck away from my motherfucking house.
We'll come down to the door so we can figure it out.
You know why we're here? Get your ass down here and open the door before I kick it in.
Well, you're going to have to kick it in because you sure the fuck ain't getting the fuck in my house. You got a warrant?
I got a warrant. It's in the bottom of my shoe here.
Got a warrant. It's in the bottom of my shoe.
Fuck away from my house.
You know why we're here? Is he in here?
No.
Tell us now.
Open the door and let me search your house.
I'm not opening my fucking door.
Let me search your house now.
Dumber and dumber. The fuck away
dumber and dumber.
You want your door kicked in? She got a weapon. She got a weapon.
That bitch just threw a glass at me. Get down here and I'll pound your fat ass.
That's really all we need to watch.
Yeah.
The rest of it is not as much Blackman forward. He does talk about like how his training, and he uses MMA training to train his officers or whatever.
God.
Yeah.
That's unpleasant, frankly.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So not a good guy, I'm gonna say. Probably not a. I mean, maybe he's just trying to make a living, right?
Yeah.
And he's too stupid to do anything else. But yeah, so that's Steve Blackman saying, "I've got a warrant in the bottom of my shoe." Welcome back to Wrestling is Gross. Where are we going next? Oh, we're gonna watch the porno. We're gonna watch.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not gonna send you that.
Yeah.
I mean, I already did, but we don't have to watch it.
Okay, so we are.
I didn't actually do that, folks. If you're listening.
It is September 14th.
I got it as 12. Who knows? Okay. Doesn't matter. It's the year before September 11th.
Yeah, it's fucking Perry Saturn versus Steve Blackman.
So Perry Saturn's got the siren theme. Fine ass Terry.
Yeah, he's looking like shit. She's looking great.
She does a little half squat, like caresses her inner thighs before she does her little devil horns. Man, like she's something.
This is the most like milfy anybody had ever been allowed to be on WWF TV to this point, I think.
Yeah, well, like that's the like Sable or whatever. Like just Sable was like visually very like attractive, like, but she had no sexual energy.
No, she's so yeah.
She's just like nothing, just a fucking pile of sticks, like nothing.
This is in Birmingham, Alabama, for the record.
Sure. This
actually, no, it's not. I'm fucking Jesus Christ. There's so many set.
Doesn't matter. I'm trying to talk about how Terry looks like she likes to fuck. All right,
she does look like she likes to fuck.
She looks like she's ready to get dicked down, and that worked for me then. And I got to tell you, it works for me now. Taz is in the crowd behind Cole and Jerry being a dick for some reason. I guess the feud is still going on.
Yeah.
This match starts with Saturn going for a tope and Blackman just smacking him in the face with a trash can lid. And Saturn fucking bumps to the floor. There goes my ice maker again. That's a new sound. I'm gonna mute. Gonna mute it. And there goes now it's filling back up with water. That's great. This is a great podcast. Let's see here. Blackman's got the sticks. You know the sticks? You heard about this?
Yeah.
He tries...
The stick,
yeah.
We haven't yet talked about the stick crotch suplex.
This is the first time he does it.
Okay.
He goes for it. But Terry jumps on Steve's back, which gives Saturn enough time to hit him with the stop sign. He doesn't actually hit it here, but he will hit it in every single subsequent match.
He does. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like he unlocked one new move in this run. They brawl around the crowd for like a minute, and then Blackman hits that axe thrust kick off the rail from a couple matches ago. But he lands like hard on his off leg, and looks like he almost tears his ACL.
Yeah.
He grabs it, and Lawler's laughing at him, which is great. Cannon in the corner. I don't know. The fuck. Saturn hits a Northern Light suplex. You ever seen him do that? Fuck.
Yeah.
In every match he's ever been in.
Taz says, it's a Northern Lights suplex, Cole.
Yeah. He's throwing popcorn at him, which I thought was pretty fun.
He can't make physical contact with Jerry Lawler until the match at Unforgiven, which is a strap match. But he is allowed to throw popcorn at him, which I guess counts as not being physical contact. That's fine.
I think if you asked a cop, that would definitely not count. Or that would definitely count as physical contact.
Yeah. It has to literally be he is touching him. That's excessive, I think.
Yeah, no. Is that match good? Is there any way that Lawler versus Taz strap match at Unforgiven? That could
be good. It's not well received by Cage Match, of course, but they don't know anything.
What did Cage Match give it?
They gave it like a 2.6.
Whoa, a 2.6. I bet it rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, once it gets into the red, you're like,
oh yeah,
that's interesting.
There's something about this like made people mad, and I bet it's for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Northern Lights, whatever. Fucking Saturn throws Blackman out. Terry holds Blackman from behind, and Saturn hits a fucking Asai moonsault.
Yeah.
It's like crooked and shitty, but it's still Asai moonsault. Kind of Jason the Terrible-esque.
I would say so.
If you ask me. Terry like also barely moves out of the way because she's like holding Blackman still, and so she almost gets taken out by the moonsault too. And she like goes down. She like sells it. She's down long enough that you think she like got destroyed by it. Saturn jumps off the top with the trash can. Oh yeah, this is the finish. Already there. Saturn jumps off the top of the trash can. Blackman gently kicks the trash can. It doesn't make any contact with Saturn's body, but he sells it like death, and Blackman pins him for the win. The hell was that sound? Somebody knock on my door. Podcasting in here. Go away.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
I heard a weird noise, yeah.
Maybe it was the UPS man. Thank you! Yeah, I think it was the UPS man. Okay. Fun new sounds all the time here. And yeah, Blackman pins him off of that. So that's that. But at least, not much of a match. But at least we get to talk about Terry.
Yeah, I'm very happy that we got.
That's why you included this, right? So
yeah, no,
you knew I'd like to see her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many goddamn Saturn Blackman matches. I felt obligated to include one of them. I could have just said let's go for the Unforgiven match, but whatever.
they wrestled again on Unforgiven. Oh no, Unforgiven is the scramble.
Yeah, that's a scramble. But they have like another. I think they have a match like Insurrection or Rebellion, one of the fucking British pay-per-views, which would have been fun to include. But I'm like, do we need it? I don't.
Yeah, we've already got 13 Steve Blackman matches. Do we need a 14th?
Yeah, like at that point, is it include that over this? But I'm like, who gives a shit? Okay, so we have Steve Blackman versus Al Snow on SmackDown. It's September 19th.
Yeah. Where's this one from?
I don't fucking know.
Good. I'm glad you don't. You're over it. You're over it.
I like to care about that, but it's like there's so many matches.
Yeah.
There's only so many cities at this.
We've broken you. All right. Al Snow is the European champion. He comes out in a matador cape because I guess he's doing a bit where he is representing a different European country every time he comes out as the champion.
I have time for that. I know D'Lo doing it was funnier, but
I don't really remember it. I don't remember this or that, honestly. Yeah. But
D'Lo, the original Eurocontinental champion.
I remember that word. I remember when they made up the word Eurocontinental and being like, that's kind of cool.
They made it up for Kurt, though. But, like, I don't think they ever acknowledged that for D'Lo.
Oh.
I think it was probably only that champion, like, only held both belts for, like, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
and it was just, like, a Russo
TV
thing,
tapings. God. He's got a frame. He gives he gives Jerry Lawler a framed picture of Ricardo Montalban, who I guess is a Spanish.
Yeah.
Who's Spanish American. Not really sure. Never thought about it. He played Khan. It's really all I know him from. I mean, I know he was on Fantasy Island or whatever, but I've never seen that. I saw a documentary on Herb Villachez one time.
Oh, I've seen the Hervey Villachez True Hollywood Story where they talk about him like getting drunk off a turpentine and shit.
That's what it was.
That left an impression, to be sure.
I was going to say, I think it might have been a VH1 show, but it was definitely the True Hollywood Story. That's what it was, for sure.
Jeff Jarrett was also Eurocontinental champion. Like, what? They only gave a shit with Kurt Angle on it, man. It was funny.
They could have merged the belts. They didn't.
Yeah.
They should have just done that. Snow, let's see here. All right. Snow hits Blackman with a piñata. As Cole reminds us that Raw is going away on USA and will be on the new TNN. Now, how exciting it was. The new TNN. The National Network.
The National Network.
Yeah.
Roller Jam.
Yeah. Other shows.
Monster Trucks.
Yeah.
Some Southern shit still.
Yeah. So a little bit of old TNN. Replays of Taxi, I think, were on there. Some like sitcoms and whatnot that I would watch.
Yeah.
Snow has the stairs. Blackman knocks the stairs into him, and back in the ring, Saturn? Yeah, Saturn is here now.
Yeah.
My notes get real weird. I watched this late last night, and I was pretty hammered. You might have to help me with this one. Wow, some of the typos here, incredible. This is one of those. It's a Danny Havoc versus Drew Gulak style. What the fuck was I writing here? I said Saturn in jeans looks awesome. Saturn in jeans looks awesome. That's all it says. Did he look? I don't remember. Did he look awesome?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think you're probably right. I said he joins the fray, which is also a sentence I would never write in a normal state of mind.
You're just like thinking about some Gabe Sapolsky shit at that point.
Joins the fray. Test is next. And then it says TJEUA JOTEACJ.
Yes, that's what happened.
They do that other with shit naturally.
Then we get Albert, and then we get Crash, and then we get Kai and Tai.
Yeah, Albert next.
They all have the referee, though. That's the funniest part of it. So I think you see Corderis, Tim White, Mike Chioda.
Who's going to sell popcorn? Who's going to be left?
Oh, shit, I can't think of his fucking name. Jack Doan.
Jack Doan.
Yeah, I don't. And then I was like, man, we should have like a referee battle royal every year.
You know, the Jack Doan jacked off. How about that?
The WWE Vault does kind of have to release all of the Dub family matches, don't they?
Jacked
I think it's time, man.
Jacked off. Yeah, that would be good. I like the Dups. I have all caps, 3 referees. It's the first thing that makes any sense in my notes here.
Did you know apparently that fucking Lawler quit the WWE because one of the Dubs fucked a cat?
Is that why? I thought she quit. Or I thought she got fired.
She got fired.
And then he quit afterwards because he's a good husband. Is what I thought.
It somehow involved her fucking one of the Dubs, though.
Was it Trevor Murdoch?
Nah, it was proof for that. It was like Otto Schwanz or Mike Maverick, I think.
Oh, right.
Maybe Champagne? I don't think so. Maybe
Champagne. Yeah, I just got an email. Your UPS package was delivered. That must have been what that sound was. Kai and Tai, Crash, TNA. All right, so everybody's got their own refs. TNA hit a big gorilla press on Saturn, but that doesn't stop him from basically no-selling it and then hitting an SIA moonsault onto everyone on the floor.
Yeah.
In the ring, Blackman throws a Trass-an, it says, in face of Taka.
Yeah, and he pins Taka.
He pins Taka?
Yeah, which really should.
Oh, that's what it says.
But
yeah.
I guess it just ends the match.
Yeah, it says. My note says Steve thrust kick can into Funaki and pins 4-3 despite Taka. So who did he pin?
He pinned Taka.
Okay, I must have got them confused. And
also, I was thinking when I saw this, it's like, okay, that's why Taka is. But at Unforgiven, it's apparently just everybody who had held the Hardcore Championship before.
Right.
So that's why Albert isn't there, because I never thought about why Albert isn't in the match.
And Taka's not in it either. Taka doesn't even come out. Like, he's got nothing to do. Poor guy.
Yeah, like you'd think like he'd come out and support his boy.
Yeah, maybe do a 450 over the top, bump to the floor, and break his nose again for solidarity. It says, despite Taka not being in the ordinal match at all. Ordinal.
Yeah. I'm going to assume you meant Unforgiven.
Or, no, I think original is what I was going for.
Original, okay. Well, yeah, because it doesn't really make sense that that's how the match ends, but that's just how the match ends, and you're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
My next vote is whatever, man. Shit's boring. Who cares? And then after this, there's an
Triple Decker fucking burgers.
Yeah. Rock the vote, smack down your vote ad or whatever.
Yeah.
That feels so funny.
I think I think it's something involving Jesse. I could be wrong on that.
I didn't see Jesse. I didn't watch the whole ad, but I did see a guy with Deuce vibes saying that young voters don't watch Meet the Press; they watch the WWF. And then a woman saying that George Bush and Al Gore need to take on the SmackDown challenge to appeal to young voters. And I took pictures of them, and I'll send them to you.
All right. So, Unforgiven, September 24th, 2000. For the WWF Hardcore Championship in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Have to reference it. It is Steve Blackman versus Shoichi Funaki versus Crash Holly versus Perry Saturn versus Al Snow versus Test.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like Hack Horace, Mikey Whipwreck, Brian Knobbs, does it?
It doesn't. It's not as fun of a group. Everybody here's good, but it's not that fun of a group.
Yeah. No, Hack Horace.
I think it's because we've been watching all of these fuckers have matches of Steve Blackman, except I guess Funaki all goddamn year.
This one sucks. This one was so disappointing to me.
This was not that good.
Yeah. Before the match, we do get to see, the highlight of this, of course, was we get to see Steve Austin throw Kevin Kelly into a wall. Al Snow is doing. I sent you the pictures, by the way. If you want to check, it's the second one. Tell me that's not Deuce. Come on. Tell me that I Deuce. Before the match, we get to the Al Snow entrance. It's Italy this time.
Yeah,
and he's coming out to some like Tarantella Napolitana coated shit.
That is a Deucian figure, to be sure.
Yeah. That's the guy who said that young voters don't watch Meet the Press; they watch the WWF. I mean, it writes itself. Al Snow is dressed like a teenager's idea of an old world mobster, I guess. I'm not really sure. He's mixing his stereotypes a bit. He gives Michael Cole a framed photo of Tony Danza and a dead fish. So then Test is out with Trish, and he comes out. This may be the biggest sin of them all. Comes out to the generic TNA theme. and not the awesome "This Is a Test." You know the one?
Yeah.
That sounds like the vocals kind of sound like the Aqua Teen Hunger Force song. It goes, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I looked at the lyrics to that also, in addition to X-Pac Make Some Noise. The lyrics to the Test theme song make no sense. And I'm going to send those to you as well. I'm not going to repeat them here because it doesn't... Although it does say jack off at one point. Freaking Frag, jack off, you can go. Here we go, bring your name on the go, freak. Here we go, bring your name on the go, freak. I don't know. Jim Johnson was on some shit, man. The crowd pops. But it's almost certainly just for Trish. Not for Test, who is cold. And then Saturn and Terry are out next. And I'll tell you something about Terry. Her nipples don't get hard. They stay hard. Funaki coming out with a leather strap and the Japanese flag. And yeah, this is a 10-minute hardcore battle royal thing like at Mania. Except there's like half as many guys and no blood.
Yeah.
You know why that match was good? 2 words. Pete Gas. What a guy.
Monsieur Gasparino.
Yeah. He was a good guy. Gasolina. He's a good guy. This match kind of broke me, honestly. I was watching this, and I was like, what the fuck do I even talk about here? Like, there's a couple of good spots. Saturn does the missed Tope Suicida into a trash can lid shot again. Test throws Funaki, like, gorilla presses him over the top to the floor onto Blackman, and Blackman just... Not only does he not really catch him, he seems like he outright refuses to catch Funaki on this.
Yeah.
And Sho eats serious shit. There's moves. There's some early moves. Test hits his gut wrench powerbomb, which is a great move because he would like fall forward with it. You know when they do the powerbomb and they like flatten out. I remember one time I did that and I racked my jaw on I think Aaron Hart, my friend Aaron Hart, I've talked about on the show before, on his nuts so hard like that it hurt his balls, but I also like jacked my jaw. And also, it was, like, kind of gay. So we just never did it. I just never did a power...
It just wasn't,
Yeah.
Juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah, never did that power bomb that way ever again. Although I hated sitting out with them, because I always... I couldn't do it without hurting my tailbone. Yeah, my tailbone. I could never do it. And I always looked like shit when I tried to half-ass it. Speaking of movesets, Perry Saturn... he hits a Northern Lights suplex.
Yeah.
He hits a really good super kick, actually, on Test in this. It's like a great super kick.
I thought so, yeah. He had a good super kick, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Then the business with Head and the 2 girls is good, right?
Yeah.
This is probably the highlight of the match.
I think so, yeah, the girls bumping. I like that a lot.
And they both went for it. It's like Al has Head, Terry's behind him on the apron, grabs Head away from him. And then Trish is also in the apron.
Trish's hilarious blue leather boots.
Yeah, she's feeling herself. She's doing her shit. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to tell her not to wear whatever she wants, It's crazy how long a career she's had. Or, like, she took all that time off, I guess, but then came back and had a good run as like a
She didn't need to come back at all, no.
Yeah, but she, like, I don't know, the Becky Lynch cage match is, like, pretty good. It's interesting. Where the fuck was I? Trish gets hit with Head. Saturn swings Head. Test ducks. It hits Trish. She flies off the apron. He drops Head. Then Test picks up Head. Swings it at Saturn. Saturn ducks. It hits Terry, who also flies off the apron. He drops Head. Now Snow has Head. And Snow ducks a big boot from Test, who hits Saturn with the boot, and then Snow hits Test with Head. This is an Al Snow spot.
Yeah.
This is the same kind of shit from the other match. This is Al Snow, like, elaborate bullshit. Not that it wasn't good, but...
It was fun, but it's like,
And then this is where Crash goes for the flying Rana. He jumps off the top onto Snow, goes for a Rana. Snow...
Doesn't work!
He clearly knows what the spot is. He just falls over.
Yeah.
And Crash, still trying to complete the Rana... like turns upside down, lands on his head, and looks really bad.
Absolutely.
And not just like when you do the move and like their head hits on the way over and you still complete the Rana. This doesn't look like anything.
It looks like you got powerbombed.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And it looks like he's seriously could have got hurt. Saturn hits.
3 times.
Yeah. Saturn hits not an Asai moonsault this time, sort of an Orihara moonsault off the top to the floor. Looks like absolute shit. Terry slapped Funaki. Test and Blackman fight in the aisle, look very lost until Blackman grabs a trash can. Because what else is he going to do? I would love a count of how many times I said trash can Blackman in this match. In this episode, excuse me. Test... all right, so this is great, though. This is Test hits him with the big boot into the can, into his face.
Yeah.
But it's not like a flat boot. Like, so I have to assume Test would do this running big boot, and he would nail it. It would always look good, right? And I think his, like, timing and his idea of the distance, like, from the guy that you're supposed to start raising the foot so that you hit it flat in his face.
Yeah.
It didn't account for there being a trash can there.
No.
So he's still raising his foot. His leg is still going up when the contact with the can is made, and it just kicks it into his face. And it's sick. Crash hops out, hits Test with the can lid, steals the pin on Blackman, becoming the 48th
hardcore champion.
That's right, 48th hardcore champion. He tries to run away. Saturn emerges from the entryway with the trash can, domes Crash for the pin, and becomes your 49th hardcore champion, Perry Saturn. Now, was he the hardcore champion before this?
Yes.
They said that. When was that?
I don't fucking remember, I gotta be honest. Because he's not in the fucking Battle Royal at WrestleMania, is he?
He is not. I think this might be fucked up. I think they might have fucked this up. No, he has never been... Well, no, yeah, no, he
won it in April, from Crash, I guess. I don't remember that.
He won it and then lost it to Taz, and then Taz lost it to Crash. We must have covered this.
We definitely covered it. It just was not memorable. Also, that would have been in, like, May of 2020 that we talked about that.
No, not that far ago. Not that long ago.
Oh, no. Yeah, it wouldn't have been that long ago.
I'm going to find out which one that's on. Because we did Gasolina.
That was probably sometime in 2021 or 2022.
It's 2021. It's the episode Crash TV.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not, because then we did Gasolina.
When
did we do... We may have skipped it. Oh, shit. Did we skip one?
I don't think we skipped it.
Praying for these hoes. Okay.
That sounds right.
Okay, so we must have talked about it. It's not linked in the notes, but Crash Holly... Yeah, Crash versus Hardcore Holly, Crash versus Perry Saturn, Crash versus Mean Street Posse, Matt Hardy versus Crash, Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy, the Backlash.
Because that all builds the Backlash where Saturn is in it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it must have been that Crash versus Perry Saturn.
4/11 SmackDown. Yeah, that's tape date. Okay, tape date. There you go.
There you go.
We figured it out, folks. We never missed a single defense. Like,
of course we wouldn't. We are the foremost experts on the goddamn WWF Hardcore Championship. There's just no denying that.
Complete
if anyone wants to come for us, you know where we are.
Every single title defense. Every one. Let's see, where were we? Okay. Perry Saturn becomes the 49th Hardcore Champion, of course. They brawl in the crowd. It's boring. This is where this...
There's a lot of space.
A screeching halt
on that set, with the flat ramp and all of that. It's not great.
And the editing on this is terrible. Like, you feel like you keep cutting back to something after something happened.
Yeah.
But actually nothing happened, because it's just guys throwing punches. And the punches aren't bad. I mean, what?
Nobody here's bad.
Tess has some good punches.
I don't know who the worst guy... I hear...
It's Al Snow.
It's Al Snow.
I think it might be Al Snow.
It's either Al Snow or Blackman, probably.
Yeah, it's actually Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman never had that match with Marty Jannetty and Smoky Mountain, you know?
That's true. But,
Steve Blackman's not bad.
No, he's not bad.
Just not... this match just doesn't have the juice. It's severely lacking the juice, and I don't just mean the blood. I mean it just doesn't have it.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of it. So Saturn is the champion. He gets in the ring. He sort of stands tall as the champion and like looks around. And then Steve Blackman looks under the ring. Saturn's got a kendo stick. Blackman looks around for his little sticks. He finds them. His tonfas, his little gay little sticks. Finds them. Easily wins the stick duel with Saturn. Yeah. China. He hits the stick through the legs assisted backdrop. This is the first time I think he does it, and he'll do it in each subsequent match. Then he dispatches everyone in the match with the sticks, eventually knocks Saturn out with a kendo stick, and pins him to become the 50th Hardcore Champion. He then leaves the ring, stands in the entryway, and just sort of waits around for them to all come kick his ass. And
that's kind of badass.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I feel like he could have stayed in the ring and gotten the same thing done, but I don't know.
Yeah. Because this also has the stip that if whoever wins the match is a 24-hour reprieve from 24/7 rule.
Right. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can sleep. He does like a double leg takedown on Test out there on the floor, and Test takes a really harsh bump for like no reason. And then they beat on Blackman and they all try to pin him, but he survives because nobody can actually make a cover. And another match where Blackman wins, but is on the ground when he wins.
Yeah.
Finishing the segment laid out rather than standing triumphantly. So,
metaphors from September 28th, SmackDown. It's the Road Dogg Jesse James versus Steve Blackman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I wanted to get a Road Dogg match in. He is one of the great hardcore champions.
Thank God, back in the fold. A top 5 guy in the company in January 1999.
Absolutely. Top 5 guy in the country.
Is that what we decided?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you. Sure.
And, this week, it's Road Dogg. He's going out.
Yeah. Yeah, this starts with Blackman. I love Blackman. Blackman forces him to
Steve Blackman, my favorite luchador.
Yeah, yeah. He forces
Esteban Blackman.
He forces Dogg to sort of kneel in the entryway and gives him this little knife edge chop to the nose, which is just such a shitty way to start the match. And it looked like it really hurt because Dogg gets up and just throws a fucking trash can full force at him, like a receipt sort of shot.
Full saboing, yeah.
Yeah. And Road Dogg's weapon swings, his trash can lid shots, they look better than anybody else's this whole fucking episode. Like, undeniably, he has a knack for this. And, I don't know, Blackman's got...
I mean, he's a smart guy. He's also a stupid guy, but he's a smart guy.
He swings weapons well. He's got great punches. We know that about Road Dogg. Great punches.
Smart guy, not a thoughtful guy. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
I think you might have it backwards.
I know. I'm not sure. I just know that he brought the jazz to these fucking hardcore matches.
Absolutely. And all right, Blackman's got the sticks. Dogg has a kendo stick. Like, fuck, these are all so identical. Blackman lights him up with the sticks, does the stick through the leg, back suplex. This one looks the worst of all of them. He goes for the cover, but Dogg breaks it by smacking Blackman with a kendo stick. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They go through the crowd. The floor looks kind of like dirt.
It looks like shit. I don't know.
What is this?
This is the fucking igloo where the Penguins played. I don't know what the hell the deal is.
Oh, it's just plywood over the...
Yeah, I think that's got to be...
bare plywood.
They just did a real... It looks like a really quickie job to cover the ice.
That's got to be what it is. Okay. There's a guy in a FUBU shirt repeatedly yelling, "Hit him harder, hit him harder."
We see the fucking... Black Kangol, Vinnie Paul looking security guard again.
Yeah. They climb up the stairs while that guy sort of makes way for him. There's a sign in the crowd that says, "I have to poop." Number 2, poop. Mm-hmm. Blackman lifts Road Dogg up into an overhead sign. Good smack on that.
Classic Road Dogg move.
Yeah.
Spot, I guess is a better way to put it, from back when in his reign. So happy to see that.
Yeah, for sure. Into the corridor, Dogg gets bounced off a merch table. And I was just thinking, this is honestly what these matches have been missing.
This is what exactly.
Let's go around. Let's wander. Let's have some fun. Let's get out of the comfort zone. And then it's a quick one. They brawl down some stairs, up some stairs, through a corridor, down some more stairs. Blackman gets whipped into a roadie case, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin is here. and he grabs a chair and he brains fucking Road Dogg so hard with it.
There's a segment where it's like the fucking Edge and Christian Hardys, and they do like they're doing a bit of like Edge and Christian are mocking them backstage. The Hardys go back to run in on them, and Matt takes a concerto to end the segment. And it's like he's just taking a double headshot with a chair with basically no protection.
With no crowd there. Backstage?
No fucking crowd backstage for a meaningless segment.
A comedy segment, yeah.
It's just like...
From two comedy wrestlers.
There's just like it's just so many ridiculous headshots, and then Stone Cold gets back in the phone booth and restarts and continues his call.
Yeah, he's like a payphone right there.
Not a great match, but we got a little bit of we got some Road Dogg, we got some outside brawling, and I just thought,
the single best weapon shot of every match we watched, and it came from Stone Cold Steve Austin with the steel chair, of course.
I just felt like that kind of summed up where we are right now.
Yeah, and of course Blackman pins Road Dogg after this, retains. Blackman gets up and yells, "It's still mine!" And boy, this guy really doesn't seem like he's capable of looking strong even when he wins a match.
No.
And then we all right, so we'll move on forward, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a pay-per-view match on night of the next month.
There are matches on Jacked where Steve Blackman faces Funaki, and one where he faces Just Joe.
I was intrigued by the Just Joe match back when, but I don't remember it being good, unfortunately.
It's not much. I thumbed through it a little bit.
I mean, I would love to get some. I would have loved if, like, for some of those like Jacked matches, especially against really lower guys, to get in, like Hardcore Holly defending the title against Flash Flanagan on a Jacked. Or a Heat episode. You much fucking wanted that in, but there's like nothing. It's barely a hardcore match.
Yeah, and then there's also a defense on an October maybe it's November episode of Raw where he defeats Tiger Ali Singh. Who works the entire match in a suit? Excuse me.
Gotta respect it.
And he's wearing his turban for most of the match. And I watched this whole match. You gotta believe King makes a bunch of jokes about his turban.
Oh yeah.
Good shit. And then I believe Steve Blackman removes Tiger Ali Singh's turban and hits him in the back of the head with a stick, and that's the finish. So before this match, which is Steve Blackman versus Raven.
The debuting Raven is, and he debuted 3 months ago, but now he's finally doing something. Insane.
Yeah, he was at Unforgiven, right?
Yeah.
He like interferes in the Taz Lawler match, maybe?
Yes.
So this is that's pathetic and stupid. Before the match, Undertaker's interviewed, and this has got to be his worst look.
Oh, okay.
The long red hair.
It's not that good. It's a really bad look. He looks
no shirt with a trench coat.
Yeah, I think he looks a little pudgy, maybe. Even
he's bloated.
Yeah, he's bloated.
He's on the fucking juice.
And I mean, he's gonna if you compare the early 2002 look, he looks fucking great.
Yeah, this
is not it. Or even the Goff look in early '99, he looks great. This is not a good look for him.
Yeah, I've had too much time off look.
Yeah, this is a, rehab didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to look.
Yeah, but he's got a cool neck tattoo with his wife on it. That's definitely not going to be a thing he regrets ever and ever.
I love him so much. He's the dumbest man alive. He's great.
Do you think he helped Trump get elected?
I mean, he would have had the most pull in Texas, so no.
Sure. I guess that makes sense.
Or like 10.
I love Blackman.
That's right.
That Kane endorsement in Tennessee, I don't think that did much.
No, yeah, he's going to win the states either way. I guess that's fair. So before the match, before the match, we see Blackman practicing his moves backstage, as you often would, except instead of the tonfa sticks, he's using 2 miniature scythes. Did you see this?
Yeah.
It's got 2 deadly weapons.
Yeah. And then why didn't we get fucking Steve Blackman as Mr. Pogo?
Yeah, sure. We're doing great. Raven's got his just epic music that goes caw 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 caw. It's 3 different Ravens. That's what I always thought about it as there's middle pitch Raven, high pitch Raven, very baritone Raven. Caw caw. And, he's got his classic hair that looks like a hat look at this point.
Yeah, and he's got the goatee. It's not a good look for him.
It's the worst. His hair is so bad, so dirty and long and shitty. Like, once he pulls it out of the ponytail, like, he comes out, he looks like he's wearing a hairnet.
Yeah.
Like, his hair has naturally netted itself. And I've talked on the show about how I thought Raven, when I was a kid, he looked like I wanted to look when I was a kid. And I was like, how do I have hair like that? And my mom was like, well, there's something called a perm. And that was how I found out about perm. Which I don't think they even do anymore. I'm pretty sure nobody's doing a perm these days.
No, but I think the perm is weirdly back.
Oh my god. I think you have to find a weird scientist to do it for you.
These guys have like Jack Harlow hair now.
Oh, the broccoli hair?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that is strange. Is that a perm?
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's got to be something.
The YouTube, the influencer broccoli hair.
Yeah.
God, it sucks. Raven brought a bunch of trash, like actual trash, to the ring in his trash can, and he dumps it out. There's a Pilates band that's just hanging over the ropes. Did you spot the Pilates band?
Yeah.
It doesn't get used in the match. It was just in there.
That's definitely like the Raven sense of humor. Just get all the crap.
Yeah, put him in there. Yeah, put him in there. So funny that he's billed as being from New York, and if you hear him talk,
God damn it.
like
he's the most Philly. He's
clearly
one of the most Philly guys.
Give me the can lid. Yeah. So Raven's got a stick and a can lid. He uses the can lid for a shield. That's how he would say it, right? Shield.
Yeah.
That's pretty, yeah.
I like the spot, yeah.
Yeah. Blackman has his own stick, quickly takes advantage. Michael Cole says that it's like something out of Gladiator. So that's definitely a Vince Fed line.
Yeah.
Pop culture, damn it.
No. Vince didn't watch Gladiator. Vince doesn't watch movies.
I know if it's a big movie, if it's like a huge recent movie, and it's like about like men doing manly things, I think.
But I don't know. I mean, if he didn't watch Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe that's a little too gay for him, though.
Yeah, but by then he's also way out of touch. This is the end.
That's for years. That's a long for years for him.
Yeah,
it's a long for years. WCW buyout, ECW buyout,
9/11.
9/11, XFL.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, he has to deal with Eric Bischoff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Plus, that was like 2006 anyway, really. So, when they do the Birch Hill gimmick, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, well, he's so far gone by then when he says, what's up, my N-word, to John Cena.
He's taking a lot more head trauma, really.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Yeah. All right, so this is a good example of Raven being a great wrestler.
Yes.
Honestly, because this immediately feels like it's got more juice. I mean, all right, Blackman hits him in the legs, in the knees with the can, and Raven flies across the ring. Great bumper. Raven. We don't talk about Raven enough. I love Raven, obviously.
No, we're gonna get to talk about Raven though, luckily.
Yeah, he's gonna be featured on the show quite a bit the next time we come to this miniseries. But on the floor, Raven hits a Russian leg sweep backwards into the barricade. Like, that's a new flourish. Nobody's tried anything like that in any of these matches. And then he runs and he leaps for a crossbody, but Blackman ducks, and Raven flies over the barricade, takes out two obvious plants in the front row.
Yeah.
Two big guys who definitely didn't pay for their tickets.
Yeah.
Blackman then goes over the rail looking for Raven, but since Raven wears regular street clothes, Blackman can't figure out which of the three people is Raven, which is genius.
And then they do a switcheroo, and it turns out Raven is the Popcorn Man.
He's the Popcorn Man, and
Raven is the Badger Man. Raven was there at the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. He hits him with the crate with the popcorn in it. And let's see, so they go back in the ring. Raven's got two trash can lids. He charges in. Blackman hits a pretty cool judo throw sort of thing.
He does some good. He does like a couple of really cool judo throws in the matches we have, but not enough of them.
Yeah, martial arts. He doesn't use the martial arts in fun ways. Like, it's just boring.
It's that's the standard like tonfa stick spot, really, and it's like in kayfabe effective for sure. But I don't know. He's got more than that. He does.
I mean, you can tell the crowd's cold on him. Like,
yeah.
They don't give a shit about him, whether that's his fault or not.
And it's like, at that point, you gotta try something,
Yeah.
Your fault or not.
Yeah. Judo throws cool. He hits him with the trash can lid a couple times. Raven's still holding the other trash can lid as Blackman covers him. And he instead of kicking out, he just hits Blackman in the head with the trash can lid. And Blackman goes, "Gah!" It's really good. And Lawler says, "That was cool." Which I think is the second time he said that was cool for just a random thing like that.
This is kind of a fun run for him, honestly.
Yeah, he's having fun. He's having a good time. He's definitely the alpha in the Cole relationship, so that helps him.
Oh, yeah.
Raven charges with the trash can. Blackman hits a drop toe hold. Raven bumps face first onto the can he was holding. Good spot.
Yeah, and classic Raven knows how to do that or deliver that.
Yeah, and drop toe hold. We haven't seen Blackman do a drop toe hold. We've seen Raven do a billion drop toe holds. Obviously, that's a Raven called that spot,
Yeah.
And Blackman's got his little sticks. There's a little stick combo. He's got his stick through the legs. Just the stick through the legs backdrop. Probably the best the move ever looked, for what it's worth here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Raven's on the second rope. He's got a trash can. This is the finish. Blackman kicks the trash can into Raven's face, grabs the trash can, sets it upright, grabs a trash can lid, and puts it on the trash can. Which is, I was like, holy shit, what are they fucking doing? And then he climbs up and he hits Raven with like an avalanche DDT off the second rope into the trash can. Now, I want to say this sounds cool, but it's not.
It's not that cool.
Because Blackman just sort of falls off to the side. Raven hops off the second, literally just lands on his own feet, and gently smacks his face into the top of the trash can. And then he hops up and oversells it like he took the Stone Cold Stunner. And that's it. That's 3.
Main event time. From the Christmas Raw.
Yep.
It's Steve Blackman versus Hardcore Holly versus Raven.
Versus Lugs Blue Santa. Did you see the Lugs ad with a blue Santa and Lugs? Now that company can't be around anymore, right? Sure.
I have no fucking clue.
I wonder a pair of Lugs size 11 goes.
I kind of hope they are, but I can't justify when they be around.
Lugs, their website. No, they're still around.
Hell yeah, good for them.
Lugs.
They're too important to to people who watched WWF in 2001. Frankly.
Oh right, Birdman.
I always remember Funk Flex.
The Birdman Lugs.
Yeah, God, the ugliest man in the history of rap.
Yeah, he kind of has a Ving Rhames kind of vibe to him when he got older, at least.
So here we are
on Christmas.
This should have had much more Christmas theming. That's a fucking disappointment, to be sure. But
yeah, why didn't they do anything with it?
As far as I know, there isn't a Christmas themed match on this show. We have Stephanie wearing a Santa hat in the intro. That's
looking
nice,
great. Did you watch the clip of her on the phone with Vince and he's supposedly at a soup kitchen
in Sanford? Yes, very funny.
That was a good clip. She looks great. Bob Holly back, thankfully, after being out for like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And Raven's now got a shopping cart, and again, trash can full of actual trash that he throws in the ring. And then, so this is notable because this is the end of Steve Blackman's reign as Hardcore Champion. He comes out wearing a T-shirt, his own T-shirt, which I was wondering, did they just make him a T-shirt? Did he just finally get merch the day before he loses the belt? After
his Baton Death March fucking reign over the Hardcore Championship? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So he's got a shirt on. And another indication, of course this is on Raw, so you know it's going to be a title change again. He doesn't even get down the ramp, and Holly's attacking Raven. And the camera's not even on Steve Blackman for his entrance in his last Hardcore title match. Can you believe this shit? And then he gets in the ring. He throws Bob Holly. Bob Holly goes for a schoolboy, kicks out. Then Blackman throws Bob Holly over the top, and Bob Holly lands in the shopping cart and falls out onto his head. Did you clock this?
Yeah.
It looks harsh.
Oh, yeah.
And Holly comes back in. He's pissed. He swings the camera as hard as he thought. Like, of course, you know. I mean, he, like Road Dogg, is a pure, like, natural weapon swinger.
Yeah.
From the OG days, the early 99 which feels like a lifetime ago, of the hardcore division.
Yeah, he's got that Alabama fucking grit in him.
Yeah. He's definitely grew up in a house of abuse, and it manifests.
Not a natural territory guy, nor a guy who had like obviously like a dad who was like a territory king like Road Dogg. But you know, you work a little bit of Smoky Mountain, you'll learn how to swing a weapon. You spent enough time around Tracy Smothers and Dirty White Boy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's on those 92 Smoky shows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's like, wears like pink tights.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the full head of hair, of course. The dark head of hair, very funny look.
Yeah, he only was able to pull that off for a couple years. And they had to do something about that, because you can't hide that big of a fucking bald spot.
No.
And then you buzz cut and you bleach it blonde, and then that creates the illusion that you're not actually bald.
Yeah.
And then eventually you go full zero on the razor.
Did you see him versus Mil Muertes? I forget.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, I was there for Bob Holly versus Mil Muertes and Bob Holly versus Keith Lee.
Oh, man. Those are both very weird matches, but extremely what you would want to book in LaSalle.
No, famously, Mike Doxy Stoxy has tweeted the story out before, and I might have told it on the podcast, but me and him were out during intermission. I was out smoking, and Doxy was out there with me, not smoking, but, you know, hanging out, chatting with Kurt Stallion and shit, taking mark pics. And everybody goes inside. We're still out there because I've just lit another cigarette or whatever, you know, because I'm bad at this.
Yeah.
I don't smoke anymore. But so it's just me and Doxy out there, and out comes Bob Holly with this roller bag. And we're like, we loved it. You're great. You're so good. You've got it. You've got it just like you always had it. And he was like super nice, super appreciative. And he was like, these boys these days, it's hard to roll with them, but I'm just doing my best. And then he expresses that he's going to wrestle Sami Callihan in a rematch, because I think Sami Callihan ran in and they had a feud going in AAW. And then he shakes our hands. We don't get a pic with him. We didn't ask, but he shakes our hands, and he was super nice. And then he walks 5 feet to the left, the handicap spot directly in front of the door of the Knights of Columbus Hall in LaSalle, Illinois, opens the car and drives off.
That's a pro move.
He had the handicap spot. I didn't see a handicap sticker.
Oh, God, because it's like, if he has the placard, that's the super pro move.
I'm not sure if he does, but he was there, and surely nobody was going to fuck with his car.
No.
It's just, that was so funny that, like, he was super nice, and then we didn't know that was his car right there. He walked over, and me and Mike are like, we're like laughing at it, like the realization of what is happening.
That's just being a fucking carny, baby. That's classic. That's
Great
exactly
guy.
what you want to see.
Great
guy. So,
what do? They go out. I gotta leave in 10 minutes. 7 minutes actually. They go outside.
This is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah, they go all the way to the backstage area. Raven attacks two guys in tracksuits. Puts them in a laundry
weird
bin.
Bleach blonde guys in tracksuits. Very weird.
It looked
Very
like
weird
gold
element.
standard Shelton Benjamin.
It did. It absolutely did.
Maybe it was Derek King.
Who can say? They are in Tennessee. They're in Chattanooga.
That must have been Derek King.
That easily could have been Derek King.
That was Derek King. Holy shit. Maybe the other one was Bryan Danielson. Holly swings wait, what the fuck? Okay. Raven gets thrown into a Powerade vending machine. They go outside. Lawler says it's about 9 degrees here in Chattanooga on Christmas night. Raven gets thrown down a set of fucking concrete stairs. Like, legit. Like, he was rolling down the stairs. Looked like it sucked. Blackman and Holly go up the stairs out to the fringe of the parking lot, where Holly grabs a 2x4, swings it at Blackman. Blackman dodges. Holly bounces the 2x4 off of a car that I clocked. I believe it's a 2000 Mercury Mystique.
That seems right.
Remember the Mystique?
I know there's the Stratus, I think, on the other side.
It's a Dodge Stratus. Yeah. But this is a Mercury Mystique. I'm pretty sure. I had to like think really hard about it. I didn't look it up because I was like, I clocked the.
Well, that would ruin the Mystique.
Thank you. Then Steve Blackman grabs a waist lock and hits another new move, a German suplex hold. Proper bridging German onto the hood of the car, maintaining, I guess, what you call a bridge.
Yeah.
Although, it's very strange. And then the ref counts the 3 on the hood of the car.
Terrific.
Fantastic. And then Blackman again shouts, "It's still mine."
And then we get like a fucking tracking shot.
Yeah, this is never a good sign. Why are we still following him? We should be in the commercial. Every other Steve Blackman segment ends immediately after the 3 count, and they cut to a more important angle.
Why haven't we cut to Kurt Angle or fucking Stephanie back on the Santa hat?
Mm-hmm.
I could do 2 hours of Stephanie in the Santa hat.
That's right. Fuck, I wouldn't last 5 minutes, but that's just me. Yeah. Talking about coming, folks.
We're talking about intercourse.
I'm talking about me trying to stay hard. Raven then emerges and hits Blackman with a nasty old piece of wood in the back of the head.
Big old 2x4.
Yeah, this is a nasty one. Pins him, becomes the 51st Hardcore Champion. And our national nightmare is finally over. Thank fucking Christ.
Thank you, Scotty.
Yes, Scotty saved us. Scotty saved me, we said, and Scotty saved us. We did it.
Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman.
It had its ups, it had its downs.
It did. It had both of those. It certainly had some middles as well.
Yes.
But what can you say?
Black men, I love black men. I love them.
It's undeniable.
Undeniable.
So thank you, folks, for joining us on this journey.
For Wrestling is Gross. We are just about over 2,000 for the Hardcore title. We have one match left for when we join.
We didn't finish 2,000?
No, we have a Raven match. It doesn't have Steve Blackman.
Well, at least it's a Raven match.
We had to close the year with Steve Blackman. We had to close the episode with Steve Blackman losing the title.
Yeah, it's an arc. It begins with him getting elected, and it ends with him losing the next election.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 4 years, of course, Steve Blackman will again win the title and hold it for another 6 months. So, not true. By then, the Hardcore title's gone.
I mean, really, JD Vance being the Hornswoggle of the Hardcore Championship seems very likely in a weird way.
It does. Brutal. Yeah. Well,
thank you for listening.
I'm glad yes, thank you for listening. I'm glad we decided to do it this way, because this would not have been a good episode. I mean, it's not. I'm not.
No,
saying,
we fucking agonized over trying to get this done as like 2 parts or whatever.
I'm not going to come out right now and say this was a good episode. Probably was.
I think it was fun.
Let us know if you think it was good. If you folks, if you thought this was good, drop a reply and just say good.
We're bridging the gap like Nas and Olu Dara, baby.
Yeah, we had to rip the fucking Band-Aid off. You can't reach the summit without climbing the mountain. Mm-hmm. So, folks, go to X app, where conversations happen, where freedom of speech is alive and well.
Well, you can do financial transactions.
And you can do your banking.
That's fucking terrible.
You can look for jobs on there, I guess.
You can probably see Elon Musk's hog.
You can look at pictures of dead children in Gaza, folks.
Yeah.
It's a great website. It's a great website. If you
tried to use Blue Sky recently, it's still bad.
What are you doing? Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's how he wins.
I know.
If we all go to Blue Sky and X app, Twitter, it becomes just the Elon Musk and his followers' wasteland, then he has won.
I can't let him win.
I want to say, you remember the first Trump administration where like nobody lasted more than a month or whatever?
That was funny as hell.
How long until Trump just fucking kicks Elon to the curb?
He can't actually enjoy talking to him.
There's no way. No, and he's gonna fucking be in power, and he's gonna be able to just like have the same just crazy, volatile, just whatever, fuck you, get out of here, you're fired. He's gonna be doing the apprentice shit or whatever, So I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. RFK is gonna fucking hit the fucking bricks real soon. He's probably not gonna make it even to the inauguration.
Yeah, like Rubio as Secretary of State. Like, how long can that possibly last?
Yeah.
He'll KMS. He will. There's no way that he can handle that. be bullied all the time. Nobody can handle that. Not even a pain pig like fucking Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Did I use the word pain pig right? Yeah.
Ted Cruz as like Secretary of the Interior or something. You
Yeah.
love that.
Hell yeah.
And because he just wants to get fucked so hard by Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no homo.
Yeah. A little bit of homo. Follow us on Instagram. I'm going to start posting there one of these days. Wrestling is Gross on Instagram. We're on TikTok. Presumably, we're on Blue Sky. And the Blue Sky is wrestlingisgross.bsky.social or whatever the fuck it is. Doesn't matter.
You don't need to interact with us there. We're not on Fred's.
There's no interacting. We'd have to post for them to interact. If you want to follow it, that's fine. Just don't expect to find anything there.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Leave a review, rate and subscribe, comment on YouTube.
Send us an email.
wrestlingisgross@gmail.com. Send us something weird. Send us something nice. Just email the account and just say good if you thought the episode was good.
It was good. I had good time.
No. One word. Good. And with that...
Death to America.
Death to America. Did you hear Trump?
It sounded just like you said death.
Death. Yeah. I'll see if we can make that clip happen. Death to America. We live in hell, as usual.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did it.
Episode. I think that was a good episode.
We fucking did it. Yeah, it was great. We had to do it to him.